I am struggling to count how many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left. Weak, docile, and imbecilic. Weak. I don't know how we can take such people to war. I don't know how we can take men who are not men into battle and win. I am ashamed. Very, very ashamed. Nonetheless, we must preach this very gospel because man did not ask us to come. Chukwu Abịama in heaven mandated that we should come. If not, that I was called to do this very work, I will not speak to any of you anymore. But Chukwu Abịama said this very gospel must be preached, and we must preach it. I have prayed since yesterday up until now. My request is very simple. The same prayer I made in secret, I will make out here in the open. Chukwu Abịama biko. Since it is your intention that your kingdom will be restored upon this very earth, I need men. I need men. I did not say boys. I said I need men. Those of them that you created to restore your kingdom, they should come forward now, not tomorrow, not next year. Chukwu Abịama. You must bring them now. I did not say tomorrow. Because the insult is too much. It is beyond what any human being can endure. We want to go and get Biafra, or we die in the process, because we are better off dead than witness some of this nonsense going on. The level of insult is beyond what any decent human being can tolerate. They bring their cattle into our land. They desecrate our land. They kill us in the presence of our families and nobody does anything about it. And when the police attend, the police sit idly by as people are being killed by not a multitude of people. Only 4. Only 4 Awasa people can sack an entire village in Biafra land, and we call ourselves men. No, we are not men. Until we redeem our honor. Until we look at integrity and say, we must have a part of it. Until then, to be honest with you. This is Radio Biafra. Now is the time to come forward. I did not say tomorrow. Now, tonight, is the time to come forward. 100 of us, and then we march. 100 and we march. The rest can come later if they want to. I'm tired of broadcasting. I want to fight for my country. I want to carry arms to defend the honor and integrity of my country. I want to avenge the death of 6 million people. I want Biafra to stand as a beacon of hope, freedom, and liberty in black world. I want Biafra to stand as a testament to the glory of heaven upon the face of this very earth. I want Biafra to stand because my obligation to the dead outweigh that which I owe to the living. That is why Biafra will stand, and Biafra will come. 100 men, that's all. And we march. The rest can come later on. I no longer give a damn. The disgrace and the insult is too much. We must go and meet our enemies even if we have only machete and hoes. It is far more better for us to go and meet them and die with a semblance of dignity than with this very humiliation which we encounter every blessed day. We must assemble as quickly as possible.
From here, I greet you especially our party come out loud and clear. Our previous broadcast, I just get some emergency, so I not there around to coordinate the broadcast. Yeah, bro. Lord, well, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everybody. Now, we are here live and direct. So right about now, so information where they reach me, say a lot of people, they say, hey, they are voting in this one, they are voting in that one. It's like a lot of people not really understand the awareness where Simon Ekpa don't create on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The amount of armory we entirely Biafra land. And that's a lot of polling units. Nothing good that polling unit. Everywhere was empty. No police, no security, no vigilance. Honorary road safety, not even there any polling unit for other states. But for Biafra land, the armory, even soldier, they make threat video, which against international law. For military to call the threat their own civilian, it's against. But it happened based on what Simon Ekpa declaration. Right about now, so a lot of obedience is frustrated. But they'll just come out. Even to my greatest surprise, even dirty, the vice president of Peter Obi, you know, unless I'm able to get national peace. And also target tax I'm able. Anywhere I go tax I'm able. Anywhere I go tax I'm able. If they show some able say they vote for Enugu, then they do this one. Make some able come outside. One question what you guys must know. Let's assume me, or more just for example now. Number more, Enugu, almost say for the whole of Biafra land, 20 million people suppose vote for Biafra land. But based on Simon Ekpa sit at home, we declare, out of the 20 million, most okay, 18 people can sit at home. 18 million can sit at home. 2 million can vote. So what did I want to tell you? We human beings are stubborn in nature. You know, Mr. Simon Ekpa declare sit at home. Even you, for your own family, your children. Now they see video I do just now. So my children, I see they run up and down. Only 2 of them. And not let move get national peace. Big. You cannot even control your own kids where you give birth to. You know why? To start with, the kids where you give birth to, they're not begging me to give birth to them. You decide to give birth to them. Now, in Africa, they give birth to children. They call it the children. Now their own what you call them? Now their inheritance. No, the children never beg you to give birth to them. Now you decide, say, Baba, go, I need picking, no, give me picking, now I give you. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is this. So far, so good. Say people comply to this sit at home is a big blow to Peter Obi. And as we all know, I'm not sure that this way they happen. Some states say they don't get pink to take vote. Some states say, but if they hear O or OB, they go finish you. For Lagos, some videos they will go display. A lot of videos they will bring some who will bring up to speed. Show now. If you measure O or B, they go finish you. More just imagine the state where Peter Obi for sake of civil get level be the Anambra state. No level. When I just see few people you gather, do you know what it takes for you to even control your own family? Even your own wife say we even born, we even marry, say with your own money, let alone you call say one person go control. No. But the point is this: Simon Ekpa make a very great record, great achievement. Now the world is talking about Biafra. Everybody focus is on Biafra. If you go to the internet space now, they're not the focus on other states. No, their main focus. This election go feel over Biafra land. This election go feel over Biafra land. So whenever they just see like assemblies of 50 people, 30 people, 100 people, oh, does the election the whole? No. One better say go BV one channel, one go they see say they do. How many people did that place where they for they say that they do voting? Do you know what is called president? They are doing 3 elections. Senatorial, presidential, whether I don't know the other one again, go but I don't know. But they are doing 3 elections. Do you want the taste for a whole 3 election where they want to? People not come out. People not understand. Now, to begin with, it get one person with the laugh somewhere by that day. That is area father Charlie Boy. Waiting apple to the blow they give him. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. More look the blow they give to area father.
Very unhappy, sad, person right now. I've been to 3-4 polling centers. And you know something? I can't even find my name. My name is not on the list. And I'm sitting here wondering why. Why is my name not on the list? Wondering how many other people have the same kind of problem that I have. Okay, madam, I don't see you just the walk up and down here, yes. Like I they walk up yes. And down. What did they happen?
I registered at Unit 13, NNPC Gates,
yeah.
And I've been voting there. Since I came out by 8 o'clock, I've been looking for my name. It's not there. They said they split it. I should go to Osborne. Yeah. I went to Osborne. I tried from here to Osborne. Came back. They said, yeah, go online. I went online. They said the Gerard Road one, and it's not found anywhere.
Because everywhere where they go, I don't go 4 places now,
and
that they see you.
Yes, and I see my auntie. No. I met her there.
Obedience. Now the year what they do to her. This is why we will be singing. Don't go into election with these people. Don't go into election with these people. They are the master of the game. They know the game better than you guys does. They have been in the game for centuries. You cannot take power from these people with just a PVC that was given to you by them. Do you know what it is? Getting your PVC, I know this just on a pass through, but just imagine the PVC that they fight to get was dumped in a refuse bin. I be evil forest, in the evil forest. I be Nollywood goes and take art. I don't understand. But nobody have Nollywood nourish 1 million now. Was discovered by Hunter, and Hunter go pick on a PVC. I know a lot of people be there see they get hope. You can always say one bet with me, go come on live just now. Maybe just 50K. We just better for life for the result come outside. So I don't tell them just now they get the point too. This is just the beginning. So many things they happen. Many things. Now, I want to show you another video again. Nigeria. What we need, no be election. These people, when I hear the Fulani man, they talk. And again, video was issued to me. I go no see yes. Nigeria is no go fit.
We Muslims are the owners of Nigeria. We can only prove this to the world when election take place and we give them a clean sweep. When the day break and we crash them out in major states, the rest is a walkover. For that reason, brethren, the matter of PVC is mandatory. PVC is compulsory. PVC is a must. Lack of PVC is helping the infidels to press down Islam in this situation. Somebody will say there are 3 Muslim aspirants. Leave that one. We are coming to it. We will know what to do. We will not go into the election with 3 Muslim aspirants. Inshallah. We will know what to do. And where the need arise, we will show who you will follow. One person will be followed, the others will take heart. Not because the one we choose is better, but because it is a mandate for a Muslim to rule this nation. It is a must for a Muslim to rule this nation. No matter how the Muslim is, he is better than an infidel.
Now the era. Millions of proof they are there to tell Nasiba, these people, they are ready to frustrate you now. But if they try to see the turn, and I will say follow base, they are the common moment. Get on video and see shot on. A lot of things they happen. But I will see they argue. I know it's not be everybody they argue because now obedience, now then in the feasible. They did more intelligent than us. There's a lot of things. Oh, this way they talk dream. Can you imagine? And they say, okay, beautiful. Okay, you deal with us. Okay. Now, the man saying a Muslim must rule this country. Whether the Muslim na cripple, whether the Muslim na decampio, whether the Muslim, they no want to. But the issue be say they are mandatory for a Muslim man to rule this country. So the question we now ask now, if for instance, most say per example, Perewinko now because we know see now today, after now obedience quiet. Perewinko now say Obi even win. As that Obi winning is related to a Muslim man, which is Dati Yusuf Ahmed. And I forget say I don't know the history of how Dati Yusuf Ahmed take come. Dati Yusuf Ahmed was given as a loan to Peter Obi through Obasanjo go solicit for Dati Yusuf Ahmed. Now, before I play that video, most waiting the Dati Yusuf Ahmed they do. Mona know the hatred where this Dati Yusuf Ahmed get for well, what's like the Southeast, I be the Satan. Okay, the Satan now, the Southwest. I don't even know how to explain that. Whether it's Sasa, because Nigeria they confuse me. I know not only Nigeria country would they try to want explain, say would they use our own terms, say they explain say would they different than the other side. The South is the Southwest, the Sasa, the Satan. More don't take it like that. More just say to the other region will not be full of name. More than see the hatred with this Dati Yusuf Ahmed guilt. You know they hide the hatred we get. The hatred they show. If they do the hatred they show. Now, if we must go to a very quick one, must the hatred is very massive. Now, must see, I think I'm good. Okay. Nigeria's government knew they were crying about. Okay, this time I about tweets. Oh no. I'm coming. Get the Dati Yusuf tweet. So I need to. Now, when I see this one, so it say Simon Ekpa has not been released. The live video is not live. It's a pre-recorded video. Don't be deceived. An election will hold in the Southeast. Now, this is number one. When I say these people, they very wicked, rich. They hate Southeast people, rich. Now, if you look this screenshot we did down here, so now from Obedience people, now me right under and say I maybe in the mad. Now, if you look, you see Obedience all screenshot where me and Simon Ekpa for the talk for that video call come say they call they look the date. Might give now for you get with the camera. I just watch. Now, if you look at now, this one I me and Simon Ekpa on that day, so they call right for you say they call see the date in at 22 because Simon Ekpa make mistake that day. You see, say Obedience really they didn't understand. It's dated 22 and the life is freezing. Ekpa is gone. You they see the confusion, so now watch at the convention or something give it happen today. The one we do today, so you go shocktalize owner. Okay, some of not really. Let me confirm that governor who spoke again. No. Oh God, I'm not put that paper here. Oh, I not put that in here. I'm not sure now what he do. If I explain now, people know. So I need to just bring her up to speed when I say. This guy was taking screenshots, was taking photo of things where they happen for Biafra land. They tag Simon Ekpa. They tag Simon Ekpa for everything where they happen for today. So that one. And the terrorist army where they for Biafra land where they flog innocent citizens. No, just listen to one beat where they beat young boys who not carry gun, they not carry anything. They start to beat them. Now this guy they tell they say that this Dati Ahmed. No, just wait. One moment, you're listening. I don't know if you play the video, but I'll put out Telegram just like you. Just see Apple again and so. young innocent boys will not carry cutlass, they not carry anything just because they be fine boys. Now military they flog anyhow for Biafra land. These are not even known government. They are just innocent. They not hold anything. The dad say you carry gun. The boy say no carry gun. They naked them. They flog them. And this so-called vice presidential candidate of Peter Obi was very happy. Say the military in Biafra now will deal with anybody where they see. Now, wanna see what they happen for Lagos. Nobody's talking about all this one. No. But when you come to Biafra land, at the end of the pool, wanna see what they have for Lagos. They deny everybody not to vote.
If you don't vote APC for a year, go your house. Nobody force you come here. Go house, so if I see you vote another, I will call Luca. If I see you vote another party, go ahead and house. You don't come joke for here. This territory where you get, na APC, go your house. Go in house.
Apart from Southeast, there's no any other states for the whole of Nigeria where they carry serious. Why? Because of Simon Ekpa sit at home. So anybody where they jump, say, hey, people not sit at home. Ask yourself, if people not sit at home, all these two way they happen for social media, why they happen? Everybody now, everybody focus on. Everybody, the world don't even know. The whole military they roll out. I want to show now the video. But bless I know upload that, but I go bring her to speed. When I wait. Now I'm gonna see what you see for Southeast. No, just see this one.
Greeting once again. This is Umar Katans reporting live again. We are back to Hilltop Primary School, Umar Kanja Belgium in Imo State. This is 10:42 by the time we're recording this video. And there is no sign of anything going on here. Excuse me, sir. We just met you here. Can you tell us a little? Who are you, please?
My name is Engineer Service Onyemepo.
Okay.
Onye Obomaki.
Okay.
Echko na Port Harcourt. Inhim kunulo enwudi hozo na oro igato votes. And then to also at least onye huru na mkrumaka iji ihe. Support to daughter, we know that this is a serious business. Thank you. And that's the reason.
Now, okay, but it's beautiful. Okay,
I'm shocked. Him did very much shocked before. And a voter party. Nkuba was a voter party. INEC party because we are not seeing any sign of them here.
Thank you.
We're not seeing any sign of them here. Yeah. People will be hala.
And Habiambi Abu Haji.
So and I don't know. Why this thing is really happening this way? Because Paul from Enugu, some like the whole of the East, no have to vote. Abolam Port Harcourt, why was other places?
Yeah.
And now some such problem.
Yeah.
There was such problem of no voting.
Okay.
In such centers.
Okay. That's what we are going around now to ascertain. But what do you think happened? Or no mistake and
you see, it is very early. It's very early. Yeah. Even though it's actually to 11 now, to ascertain what could have been wrong. But why it is affecting the whole of the East is what I don't know.
Okay.
What I don't know.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now the era, it is sure Abi. People day. I want to show you something. When me tell you say obedience, they don't know what that they do to themselves. Oh man, no, it's the wrong place I put her. So we're trying to bring some video to speed. When I just wait one moment. Okay. But those soldiers, I don't know if you bring that to speed. So I could put that for Telegram on a scene. I don't know if you put that video to speed to hear me. So I put that on Telegram on a scene. So again one video I also make we watch. A bat. Oh, I got that to things. Okay. A bat. Una converse sit at home there, Abi. Sit at home day. It day where it dey show. Now I want you know one thing. Why this one not come out here? Okay. Now show now this Labour Party, this obedience man. Oh, before we go into the ones wey dey have for other states, e no concern this Yusuf Ahmed. Now I think this is the one. I think so. No, some of them release yet. I don't know. Quit this since I come for this one. I mean, this man dey use juju dey delete wetin I dey upload. This man dey use juju dey delete wetin I dey upload because in dey screenshot wetin happen. No, this man dey use juju dey wetin I upload. But more you quick look this offense. It's a vehicle conveying electoral material breaks down in Abuja. A vehicle carrying electoral material broke down along Gaki Road, Abuja. In the picture shared, a vulcanizer is seen fixing one of the tires in Nigeria. Now, I'll be only down again. It's a miracle is happening at a polling unit. Dr. Paul Nature performing healings at his polling unit. Nigeria, which way? Nigeria, which way? Why this man not make me bring this? He write up come because the write up did bad, Abi, but we must continue. We'll bring that write up to speed. So the link is there. If you have any information, I'll also put my number. You can join me on this. Let's discuss. So we can go to the update of how they want to give Peter big basketballs today. So because as we all know. We know today INEC promised to give us the result. So we'll go check some things with INEC. One show us. But I just want to see this write up. I don't know why the write up they always the write up not great comments. I don't know what this man they use. Huh? So if you want to join, you can join me. Let me just bring this write up. Because now your tweet, now just say Twitter so. But anytime I try to get her, the thing no go dey show. People are already voting. Where the tweet? Okay, now that's it. Now, when I see this tweet now, we are ready for a change. This is Enugu State, and you at Simon Ekpa, and you people cannot do jack. If they try, they will be a thing of the past. Now, hear so. These comments, so they come from a vice presidential candidate. Heavy threat on human being rights. People not saying they want to distract now. They're not saying they don't want to participate. They don't want to validate. You they threaten them. This is a big threat. When I read this comment along with me, it's a very big threat from someone who call himself a democratic presidential candidate. They say if person do jack, the person will be the thing of past. This comment is no different from what Muhammad Buhari talk. Say like this, so say they will speak to them in the language they understand. I'm gonna just imagine a presidential candidate. They tweet like this for a Twitter handle. They show video. They tell us nothing they happen. If anybody try, they will collect. Is this on a military regime that would do so? We people no get rights to talk. NHM just another. So far you are accredited voters and you are in queue. You must cast your vote. Stay strong because vote wants to end up so. Now I see they tweet this rubbish. Now what you call concern Simon by Simon by NEC official. You see that when I say someone said there will be no any voting in East. Now at the come. One moment. So this as in is you get what people now need to understand. say Simon Ekpa is now their major threat. And Simon Ekpa is now their topic. They have nothing else to discuss. Now somebody got them see sit at home. No, who told you that? You 100% is a show. This is why they are panicking. Just imagine another one again from a vice presidential candidate. I just almost see Mona see their foolishness. Before we further go see video, Mona see what they do to them. They not talk about what they do to them, but their concern is Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa. You say make everybody tag Simon Ekpa, make them make video. Now see what the vice presidential candidates talk. More like they get the picture clear small. More before we come on our last time, more read again. We are ready for a change. This is Enugu State, and you at Simon Ekpa and your people cannot do jack. If they try, they will be a thing of the past. Now, if me come outside, they talk about Obi people. Obi, they do not go. They accuse me. Hey, Alex, why do they talk about waiting concern Simon Ekpa with this dirty man? Now, I don't know for now. Now, Mark bring now to speak to this other way there. When I see what he see right again. He said, someone said there would not be any voting in the East. I mean, the terrorist Simon Ekpa. Someone will say court never caught terrorists, but a so-called presidential candidate, vice presidential candidate, they call them terrorists. If not for abroad now, they go sue this man, go for it. For baby, Baba is working for deformation of character. And because Simon Ekpa is never. Papa is coming, please. No court don't give Simon Ekpa terrorists. No, but you are tagging Simon Ekpa terrorists. And people think it's okay because you are voting your presidential candidate, which is Peter Obi. What do they think now? I hope someone extend this tweet to him with more proofs. We are one Nigeria, and there's absolutely nothing he can do. And if he wants to do something, let him come down to Nigeria. Everyone voting in the East, please make a video and tag me. Thank you. Now, my people, please, most sincere. Does a lot of things do? Does this thing guarantee the victory of Peter Obi? And as I said this question, does this way Muhammad Buhari, I will say Muhammad Buhari, these guys so way they talk, so does it guarantee Peter Obi the victory, give Peter Obi victory of this election? No! The funny thing, why people they make, why because they try to wonder, why people fight, they talk about say, I thought they already follow Mazina the Kano for long. And before the emergence of Peter Obi. So when they try to talk, they talk, people will say, Alex, oh, no, Obi. No, I have someone I'm following before. If Mazina the Kano was not kidnapped, I foresee the follower. You want them to say because of security. Now, I can see somebody be like, say, if they do what Mazina the Kano go they do on his behalf, you say, man, not follow that person. Now, the issue is this. If anybody tell you, say no level, say no sit at home, tell that person, say, but Gatti Yusuf Ahmed don't prove to the world, say Simon Ekpa don't defeat the Woto. Because there's no way, be like, say, places supposed get 20 million votes. Then 18 million come sit at home. 2 million come outside. You call the applaud, say they vote. People must vote. People must come outside. But the record, which Simon Ekpa said, is the straight record is that the record that we said to the world, say Biafra will not participate. And if you adapt, say the participate, conduct referendum. That is it. And need they conduct referendum. Fear not go let them do it. And if you go let them do me the conduct referendum, so okay, Simon Ekpa not get level, Biafra will not ready to go. You see those who vote obedient today. Now they will be first to vote for referendum. And okay, now after this election now, so I just want to question 1 minute. Where's this person right now? Okay, now after this election, Peter Obi call lose because I know say go lose. I know. I know the way they go. Waiting be now hope. So much people don't make video. Can you go back and listen to yourself talk? Attacking someone but not give you victory. So this dirty Yusuf I may not understand. See, one of the major problems we see on the Apple now, them know they look their own problem. Rather, they look Simon Ekpa. Imagine one problem with the Apple for this obedience movement. Now I'm going to listen to this young girl.
Hello. So we have a new update for the elections on Saturday. The ballot paper that will be used on Saturday does not have LP written on it, right? If you look at PDP logo, PDP has PDP inscribed in the umbrella, but LP does not have LP. Do you understand? Written on it. It's not anybody's fault. That is how Labour Party sent in their logo. Do you understand? So it's nobody's fault. So when we went for mobilization, we were telling people that LP will be written on the ballot paper. There's no LP on the ballot paper for Saturday. It is just the logo, Labour Party logo that has Mama, Papa, Pikin. Mama, Papa, Pikin. So please begin to reach out to people, begin to tell them, don't look out for LP. You will not find LP on the ballot paper that will be used on Saturday. What you will find is Mama, Papa, Pikin. Mama, Papa, Pikin. Please post it on your status. Let's just have a tsunami of Labour Party logo on our statuses. Let us just have that, right? So people would.
I think I'm a video deal. I say talk to Nasu. Obedient don't cry.
We came to vote. We are shooting gun everywhere.
There's no government. Why you go kill them? I say it dey show. It dey show. Who say no dey show? Make that person put call through. What promo? We go there. You go dey show. Now so I go dey the ring. They'll call the election. Okay. Ma show na that video now with all the sub. You wanna see a Labour Party for the chat. They are shooting gun. They don't want us to vote. They know the time, man. Now man they decide. Now see that we have for Lagos. Then I just small one. So wait, I'll bring some video to speed again to now. Wanna see you. Video yeah, but evidence dey. Now let me say you are an obedience, you dey here. Bring your own proof. And apart from that one, how na want away? How una want away? By target time, but say una vote. People must vote. But that one, not me say people no go sit at home. That is what you now understand. That's why I know you understand what the mindset. That's what the reason. Apart from normal sit at home, apart from say some people not declare sit at home, more give ourselves brain. Even Nigeria election, a lot of people know they vote before. Take it or you leave it. On Nigeria election, a lot of people know they vote. Oh man, get call, very important. So I get a lot of video on showcase for that, but please, I just want to pick this important call. Everything we're doing is important. But let's watch some video. More than see before there, I might just bring something to keep on to speed. Then I go. You want Obi Jagaban. Hey, see me. So please, Mona, just give me a few minutes, please. Please, I get a lot of videos so I want to share with you now, but I just want Mona, give me 5 minutes. Mona, you watch this thing. I go the control they talk anyhow, but just 5 minutes, please.
More country, more states, more rally, more town hall meetings. Talking is an energy.
done more talking. So the people answered more questions than any of those candidates. And I look at it as an insult. I disclosed that I had a nail surgery, and you turn it to sickness. I'm fitter than so many of them. I've walked, 10 miles a day several times, 10 kilometers a day several times. I don't see them out there. No, 8 hours, 10 hours. Hardly will I sleep until 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I'm walking, I'm reading. So what do you do to be well? Keep yourself fit. Keep your brain alert. Be aware of what is happening around the world. Check and not serve. Take the right thing and not serve the dirty, labels. They can, when they have nothing to say, in their knowledge and exposure to the country, I can look at you and say you are not fit to be president. It's my right to accuse you. It's your right to prove to the society that what they are saying is not true. I proved that over and over and over again. And I took dancing as a therapy too. And I enjoy it. And I enjoy today voting. I walked, to the voting center, briefly. Some people are, left behind. Wait a minute. Walking from Maryland to the stadium without a break is an achievement. I don't know how many of you could do it without, at least 5 liters of water before you get there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys.
you know, perhaps another angle to that same question asked of Prof here, especially about this whole things. Government has responded through the security agencies and all. How significantly do you see the disruptions that have been reported so far? How significantly do you see them affecting the entire process? Now, we've only heard in pockets of areas. Thankfully, we haven't heard in a huge number of areas as previous. So how significantly do you see this affecting the entire outcome? Honorable, that's for you.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, I heard you. I heard you clearly.
Okay.
First, I'd like to say that the pattern of complaints is taking the same direction. The most common complaint now has been late arrival of INEC officers, and to that extent, by 12:30, some persons who were present at polling units were not able to participate in the process. I will say with the greatest sense of humility that this cannot be attributed to be faults from the voting public. And so to that extent, I think that the commission must invoke the doctrine of necessity, in my view, and allow at least a 2-hour extension exercise for this voting process. That has been established in the pockets across the country that commission reps didn't come on time. And to that extent, the voting delay suffered was not the function of the electorate, but that of the commission. So I would think that the commission will invoke the power of the doctrine of necessity, give that extension. Then the other point is, we've talked about security concerns. I thought that there was a security committee put together by the commission to work on election day security. I want to imagine that that should be improved now, because we are getting to the critical stage. Once voting is over, the real problem of safeguarding the votes and maintaining the sanctity of the votes so it can represent the will of the people begins. So this is where the security arrangements should be, top-notch and reflect a preparedness by the commission to guarantee that the will of the people is supreme. And I will expect that at 4:30, when the chairman of the commission addresses the nation, he may touch on these important points.
I must. I want to ask you, Honorable West Dahosa, as well about the other side of this, of what we're learning. You've talked about one side of it, which is the late arrival of materials and personnel in many instances, leading to the suggestion about a 2-hour extension and all of that. But how about the other side of it, which is the disruption? I mean, where they eventually arrived, people then principally targeting the beavers in particular. We saw that in one of the visuals that came out of Lagos. They didn't take away the ballot boxes or the ballots inside, even though they disrupted the process. In some of those that were identified by the INEC chairman, they took away the beavers. It was the beavers that they were after, that they wanted. So when you take away the beavers, obviously, that is to prevent people from being accredited and therefore from voting. Again, what do you make of that and the possible consequences when you talk about the sanctity and integrity of the process and the people's will?
Well, the law itself has made that quite clear. If the beavers is not available within the period specified by law to be used for accreditation, there is no alternative than for the units and the election in those units to be repeated. That's why I talked about the election committees, security arrangements that we have made, it's clear that the BVAT is the new target. And with given the security presence that we have seen in many of the metropolitan centers, we believe that it can be replicated in the very dark spots. And I think the Commission knows that. We know that there are a number of areas to expect this in Lagos. There are a number of areas to expect this in the Southeast. And there are a number of areas to expect this in Kano State and maybe a few other northern states where we have had huge levels of insecurity. So at this point, security agents should be moving in that direction. And where we already have beavers stolen and there is no immediate replacement, I think the election in the process in those areas should be halted. And a date within the next 24, a time within the next 24 hours fixed for a repeat exercise. There is no use denying the whole polling unit the chance to vote just because one or two irresponsible persons have made away with the beavers, of the election. So the election. So it's still willing to respond the time that we have had. They've done well so far. So we expect them to continue.
Now, you are in a unique position, Honorable Idahosa, because when people look at you, of course, those of us who have known you for long know that, of course, you were a politician, you were in the National Assembly, and then, of course, now you are in the front lines of the legal profession. So, for this purpose, you are wearing both your
When I get that, okay. Who do we have here? CNN telling the wrong narrative to the public. I'm Obi. Who do we have here? Yeah. Talk to us, please. Talk to us, please. Talk to us. 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 You're this in the echo. Who did the best? Don't vanish. Now the Yakasala way they saw for the full Nigeria. Okay, now might just give us some videos where they saw. You know, I don't know say it's gonna be election. I don't tell you right from the one more no validate this election. Now so now I want to go to election. Now I'm going to see it up for you. No, just watch this video first.
Check another one, please. Why don't we have Labour Party on some of the tabs here in Lagos State? Is there Labour Party on this one?
There's no Labour Party on this.
There's no Labour Party on this one, so does that make it void? There's no Labour Party on this one. There's no Labour Party on that one too.
Okay.
So there are no Labour Party and logos on most of these ballot papers. Why?
This is for the sanitarium.
Now the era, there's most of the ballot papers. They say Labour Party no day. And I say now one win with Labour Party. We say most of all the old papers we will see right now. So Labour Party no day. So wait now, I got the votes now. Yeah, agree the yes. Please, Jude, unmute yourself now. Allow your mic. France Coffee, you are welcome, bro. Talk to us. Jude, come on, open your mic. If you close your camera, open your mic so I will bring you in. If you don't open your mic, I will bring you in. Jude, please talk to us. That's it. Yeah, agree to us.
I agree to you.
I'm agree to pass.
Thank you. I see the way the things happening today.
It is show. It is show. It is show.
I didn't have enough time to watch the issue going on. Then the little space I have, I always come online to read the issue and see the things happening on the ground.
Yes.
I want to have your man, everyone is attacking you on Telegram.
They won't finish me, Obidients, and now let me rest. Obidients won't kill you. Since I did post, another party never attacked me, this Obidients. But I'm happy because after today I will be free. After today, they declare Tinubu the winner, I will be free.
Charlie, I don't know. I really don't know what is wrong with our people. Why are we still thinking like this? Why? Why is people
I
still
don't
thinking
know.
this way?
I don't know.
And most of these guys saying these things, they are not there. They are not in Nigeria. They are all outside.
Yes, it's true.
So I don't know what is wrong with their brain. You prefer slavery to your freedom. What is that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
You are doing great. Thanks for the good job. Thanks for the good work. Charlie.
Yeah,
You are
welcome,
doing a
bro.
whole lot of work. I'm glad. Each time I'm seeing your work, I feel like there are people who really are born to be great. People who really are born to be impactful to the society. And you are one of them.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, so this people, I posted something this morning and I told them that if someone has made a choice to be slave forever, it is their choice. So the few individuals who made a choice to become a slave forever. But to some of us, we can't. So if you are born to be a freedom fighter, there's nothing that can make you accept slavery from anyone. It doesn't matter where you come from.
Please, Jude, please open your mic. Open your mic. Off your camera, but open your mic. Without your mic, I cannot bring you into the studio. Open your mic. Okay, continue, bro. I'm hearing you. Sorry, there's one guy here in the damage show yesterday. One guy that said he believed in Biafra, he believed in Mazina Dikano.
I was on that program.
He was there, Abi. There's something he said because I did not stay long. I watched it. The guy said it's better for him to be a small fish in a big ocean.
The guy said that this is the exact statement of the guy. He said, yes. I prefer being a small fish in a big river than being a big fish in a small river. I was upset with that guy.
If I see that guy who bust here, that guy must be mad.
Honestly, I don't know. I was upset with that guy. I was very upset. And I don't know why Dr. J will be creating lies to make people just to have followers. He just says things that are not real.
Yes. It is the name now. He's damaging everything. You don't know the name.
Do you know that he came back again and said that Simon is a criminal? And
his name is Dr. Damage. They need to be damaging things.
You understand? These people that are educated, they are not supposed to be awkward like this. So it's really upsetting. So I don't want you to take chances of your stupidity. You come and waste the time of my own children when they grow up. We all have children, and they are the ones to inherit whatever we are fighting for now. Yes, even if we can't enjoy much of it, but what do you leave behind for your children? People don't think about these things. And you run there down to civilize world. People fought so hard to keep their country safe. People fought so hard to make their society very livable for everyone. You left and ran to that place to make life comfortable for yourself. They didn't want to do anything for your children. And people think that God will not have them one. Definitely God is going to hold them responsible for the things that they know.
Yes. Did not see one that went to polling unit and start healing people in polling unit. this what the polling unit. No, is this a pastor now? He did not heal the country, but he went to polling unit to cast vote and he's healing someone in polling unit. Not be Juby this one.
Oh, Charlie, ignorance.
See, and they heal the woman.
Inside the polling unit. That is amazing. There's one I saw 2 days ago. That one is fasting for the country to change. And I told them that you are wasting your time because at this point of time, God has given you everything you want in life.
Yes.
So you now need to apply the wisdom He gave to you to manage it. Then if you fail to apply the wisdom, there's no amount of prayer that can change it. You are just being stupid.
You don't even know what made me to be angry with some people. They say Simon is not doing the right thing. And nobody is bringing anything to the table to do the right thing. You bring your own and bring the right thing up.
Thank you. They are not bringing any option. And the guy is doing the wrong thing. Then to see how stupid people is. Some people say he's following in Nandi. They say Nandi is great, Nandi is this, Nandi that. And every step that Nandi has ever taken is what Simon is following. Yes, he say he don't like Simon. See how selfless people is. Yeah,
I tire for the funny thing now, the what's it called? The vice president is attacking Simon, but nobody's talking about it now. Attacking Simon, but that Simon is this, Simon should come. Anybody that they will kill the person, they will do this one. But nobody's talking about it. You see the country all this, so they choose what to the case to follow.
Do you know the worst part of it? Do you know the worst part of it? If this is a civilized world, that guy, they will withdraw him from being a presidential candidate as of 3 days ago. Do you know that immediately the issue breaks out that Simon was arrested? You didn't confirm a political man, a public figure like you did not have the classified information. You just went on your Twitter and tweeted about the guy without having a classified information. Why would you be passing the wrong information to the public when you have millions of people following you? And you want to be a president,
it didn't even end there. You know, they went to screenshot my video, and some people screenshot the video I made with Simon and they sent it to him. And he said this is a pre-recorded video.
Seriously?
Yes, man, they said it's a pre-recorded video.
And the video when you tell me to the video with Simon after
the
live broadcast.
Yeah,
I was on your Twitter. I was on your program. I was online with you there.
Look at it now. They say it's pre-recorded video. There's some Obidients send it to him also, and they tag him. So they say it's old video.
Okay, fine. Then they should go and bring Simon down to their country. Let's see.
Now look at this statement. This is statement I'm talking about. I made it for 30 minutes ago today. This statement I made, he said we are ready for a change. This is Enugu State, and you at Itaksameba and at Sameba, and your people cannot do jack. If they try, there will be a thing of past. Right now, as I'm talking to you now, the military are beating innocent people, flogging people mercilessly in Southeast. So this statement is what is giving the military the nerve to do what they are doing, and everybody is keeping quiet. I don't know if Sameba is the person they're contesting with.
Yes, but I like this. This thing that is happening is okay because international communities are watching.
Yes,
you understand? So everybody, the international media, they are down there recording and seeing what is happening. So they themselves are fast-forwarding the coming of the Biafra instead of delaying it. With all these activities, they are fast-forwarding the thing. So let them go on and do what they do.
Thank you so much, bro.
I thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, I'll keep in touch. Yeah.
Okay. Let me put. Now back to our normal matter. One video. There's one video that's going on now about people with the run. Kitty kata.
They are shooting gun, no. We came to vote. They are shooting gun everywhere. They are chasing people. They don't want us to vote. Labour Party, they don't want us to vote. They don't want us to vote, oh. They don't want us to vote. Just look at it. Just look.
Okay.
Wait, the funny thing, bros, wait. Why is it that it's only Labour Party? Only Labour that's always complaining.
You see, I don't know the way that some of the people, even the people shouting, you know that 70% didn't have EVC.
Yes.
Even as I speak to you, even some of them couldn't get their EVC most of in 2019, I worked with them. I can tell you more. Do you know that in 2019 I worked, I didn't vote.
Yes.
Okay, but I worked with them. Because I took my EVC from Festac, Lagos. Then I was sent to down east to go and work with a governor of Zevuman. So there's no how I can vote in that. I have to go back to Lagos to vote.
Yes.
So it is impossible for me to vote. Most people you see jumping Obidients, they can't vote today. They won't vote. So they are only swarming around because of that little money they will give them for electoral performance. That is all of this introduction you see that people talk and all that. Then after all of these things, by next month, you see them, they will come back to square one. They started complaining up and down.
They say Charlie Boy could not find his name in 4 polling unit. And he's not making noise on social media. Obedience, we are ready. Obedience. He said he made a comedy skip that without voting or without Abi become president, he's not going to knock. Now today, not see polling unit, so that means we will not knock again. Huh?
Oh no. This is I shame for them.
He walk out everywhere, not see polling unit. Some member will soon be live. So anytime live now we join.
Very
this is a Charlie Boy.
Sad person right now. I've been to 3-4 polling centers. And you know something? I can't even find my name. My name is not on the list. And I'm sitting here wondering why. Why is my name not on the list? Wondering how many other people have the same kind of problem that I have. Okay, madam, I don't see you just they walk up and down here, like they walk up and down. What did they happen?
I registered at Unit 13, NNPC Gates, and I've been voting there. Since I came out by 8 o'clock, I've been looking for my name. It's not there. They said they split it. I should go to Osborne. I went to Osborne. I tried from here to Osborne. Came back. They said, yeah, go online. I went online. They said the Gerard Road one, and it's not found anywhere.
Because everywhere where they go, I don't go 4 places now, and that they see you.
Yes, and I see my auntie. No. I met her there.
Everything scatter. Poor man, this suffer. Busa, gunshot in the air. Now, the funny thing with the pen pass for this Nigeria body is this. Now, know everything where they happen. Send your voice record. What's happening? So you know if you join this, or you say obedience. You say you want bet with me. I don't wait for you, tire. You go enter studio. You know, go open your mic. When I go say the team, know the work. Now once it continue. Now what thing I call beliefs not to win this election? A miracle. Because now for everywhere they pursue now. One moment, Mayos. Now listen to this guy for that.
Hello. So we have a new update for the elections on Saturday. The ballot paper that will be used on Saturday does not have LP written on it, right? If you look at PDP logo, PDP has PDP inscribed in the umbrella, but LP does not have LP. Do you understand? Written on it. It's not anybody's fault. That is how Labour Party sent in their logo. Do you understand? So it's nobody's fault. So when we went for mobilization, we were telling people that LP will be written on the ballot paper. There's no LP on the ballot paper for Saturday. It is just the logo, Labour Party logo that has Mama, Papa, Pikin. Mama, Papa, Pikin. So please begin to reach out to people, begin to tell them, don't look out for LP. You will not find LP on the ballot paper that will be used on Saturday. What you will find is Mama, Papa, Pikin. Mama, Papa, Pikin. Please post it on your status. Let's just have a tsunami of Labour Party logo on our statuses. Let us just have that, right? So people would.
All right, Mr. Sonny.
Hello.
I beg one moment, Sonny. Okay, Jude, open your mic. I don't know why to open mic. They are this man. Okay, go on, sir.
Hello, Mr. Alex.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from Accra.
Wow, beautiful Ghana. Welcome, sir.
Yeah. I've been trying to reach over, calling your WhatsApp number.
That my WhatsApp number. The phone don't enter one chance. The phone blind.
Okay.
Yeah, the phone is blind. I want to change it.
like what you said yesterday, because I've been following you.
I'm listening now.
What said up, and they argue it with you. They are going to see it tomorrow. The people they are talking about. No. I found them the Obidients. The fucking logo in the district they are the voting people they are using to vote. I just saw people from and every day our people they keep praying for God. We want and when the liberation comes, they use their hands to keep away. If just like 70 or 80% support our level, I'm telling you, Brazil will come.
Yes.
That is holding us. The one holding us.
Yes, now I said it. Yes.
So they should not say that it's any Fulani holding us. We are the ones. Let's assume that people be president. They are going to use him, and he's going to say that he is going to uphold the constitution. It's nothing. Is this what they are doing right now? Is that in the south, the voters material is as far as I'm concerned, there is election in Nigeria. There's no already election.
That is true.
If there's any
Your audio is very poor. Your audio is very weak. Your audio is very weak.
Are you hearing me very well now?
A little.
I said if there's any election that I'm going to participate, to be a referendum.
Yes, it's true.
So that's what they are doing. We don't recognize that. All I'm just waiting for. By God special, let our flag just up on air. Let us have our own flag. Our own. And I also want to. I want listener to hear me very well because this is the thing I want.
But your sound, your audio is very weak. Your audio is very weak. I say your audio is very weak.
Okay, can you hear me very well now? Can you hear me?
There's some beats, or can you go out and come back again so that join again? There's some feedback from you.
Okay.
You can exit and join again. Can you just go out and join again? Meanwhile, as I talk to Nasu, if they say Charlie Boy he could not find his name. A lot of the above for Charlie Boy not finding it. It's with the above for Lagos. He reached for this election to be dissolved. How can you imagine a whole party logo, a whole party they not find party? Charlie Boy not find this. That is just a minor case. What about this particular one?
Why don't we have Labour Party on some of the tags here in Lagos State? Is there Labour Party on this one?
There's no Labour Party on this.
There's no Labour Party on this one, so does that make it void? There's no Labour Party on this one. There's no Labour Party on that one too.
Okay.
So there are no Labour Party and logos on most of these ballot papers. Why?
This is for the Sonic yeah?
Know why you know if you come in, open your mic, just start again, allow your mic. If you allow your mic, you will bring it to the studio. You know the hard. There will be no you say everything say now I send this thing to you, may see. If you know I say they will know they will need to connect their mic through camera before you can add them. If you connect your mic and your camera, later you off and back. Now one snap and send to you, maybe sweet they show you. You snap, you do, nobody go see you first. Now only more verse then me go off your camera, nobody go see you. Just alert, see what it is right now, nothing bring you in. Now just look what I want to send to you now. There's no way if they come in. You say you need see what it is there. Check your this you see. You say they will need to connect their mic before and through camera. So connect your mic and your camera around. Then if you don't join, before I bring it to the studio, you off your camera, then you go allow your mic if you speak. But if you not be like that, I'll not bring you in. You know the possible. I'll not bring you in from there, and from here, so you know if you speak to us. So just do it the way I tell you. Or go in and come back again, allow your mic, allow your camera. Once you stay in the studio with me, before I go bring you in, you go off your camera. Don't like that again. Then you try. But now, not if you bring you in. Okay, right now, I just drop the link. Almost before we go to see some of the things with this up. Anybody feel like to want to talk to us? May you come inside, talk to us. Because things we the advice Labour Party may they not do. Usually with the same they're not going to this election, don't finally happen to them. They don't cry. And it doesn't my message. I don't like that. Allow your this thing, then from there you feel coming. Labour Party are not crying now. Seriously, bitterly. They don't weep. Where would they talk today? They're not here. This one I not see, you not see PVC. Apart from this one, I might bring one video to speed on. I'm gonna see. You cannot find your poly unit. Obi. Okay. Don't like. You need to allow your mic if you come. You need to allow your mic. If you not allow your mic, I cannot bring you in. Maybe wish be that. Nah. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on because they come in they distract me one kind. Which video is on about showcase?
For a year, go your house. Nobody force you come here. Go house, so if I see you vote another, I will call Luca. If I see you vote another party, go ahead and house. You no come joke for here. This territory where you get, na APC. Go your house. Go relax.
There must see somebody say up from us our sister platform. They must hear a bit from them before we bring other update to the soul for Southeast. Then I'll put my number out. If you get any information, just write us. Please don't listen to send them our Telegram. I'll do it now. I just open this mic.
They want some ballot. The felt unsafe at that point, so they called for the security operatives. So at the point where we got there, security operatives were already on ground. So the Commissioner of Police moved the ad hoc officials from that location and moved them to the police command in Ikeja. So after that, of course, the police, the Commissioner of Police said they envisaged those kind of pockets of violence, and they've responded quite well. And that's the beat on that part. Then we moved to this part of town, still in Ikeja, St. Peter's Primary School. Then we've spoken with the electoral officers here. They said this process has been going on quite smoothly since morning. People have been coming around to vote. Polls ordinarily, by standard, ought to have closed by 2:30. That's the standard. But they said they didn't start on time, so they're given that grace period of, say, 30 minutes that they will start counting by 3 p.m. That's the information we got from them. And at the moment, they said they needed to tidy loose ends on their part. So the boxes are there. They already sorted out the material. So we're hoping that in the next couple of minutes, they will start the sorting and counting, which shouldn't take them a lot of time because from what they gathered, they said it's not like the turnout at this particular polling unit was that massive, Millicent.
We are seeing that, I mean, we had a guest who earlier spoke about, the centers and counting beginning and how, security should be tight, top notch, because this is also another crucial aspect of the election. Can you tell us about the security presence where you are and also this is with regards to what you earlier mentioned, the ad hoc staff calling for security backup in some of those areas, if the voting has started, and what's happening with the latest information.
Okay, Millicent, in this particular polling unit, of course, the security officials are on standby. I think that my cameraman can move the camera in that direction. They're already also waiting for the counting to start. Just also behind the camera, there are also security officials on standby as well. It's relatively calm, let me say, on this side of town. Nothing is happening. Even on the road, if you drive from all our movements around this axis, it's been very, very quiet. Where I am at the moment in this primary school is jet quiet. It's like nothing is happening here. A lot of people complied with the no movement order, and even while we were in that helicopter trying to survey the whole of Lagos, we noticed deserted roads all around. So by and large, it's been a very quiet and a very peaceful one from what we gathered until we got to Mafoluku, the side of town.
But just a quick one before we let you go, Dari. You talked about the areas that you have been to here and there. I'm just wondering, is it the exact same turnout you saw, or were there areas where they had backlogs? It's actually very cheering that these electoral officers said they would extend the time for like 30 minutes to give opportunity to other people. Do you have areas where there are a huge backlog of people waiting in line? Oh dear. Well, I'm pretty sure that we'll get back to
we'll get back to Dari because that aspect of what he was saying very, very important.
Absolutely.
Another thing also,
Mario bring some video to speed to Namona, see people saying one photo. Now cry, they cry. Better cry. Mona, you wait one moment. It will shock you now.
And it will be interesting to note if you had anything to say about some of what we've been reporting about some of the disruptions. So let's hear the Lagos State Commissioner of Police.
Very peaceful conduct in most parts. Then we also recorded isolated instances of struggle. For those, of course, like I said in my earlier remarks, we anticipated them and we had in place a team or multiple teams to respond in the fastest manner. One was the one we just returned from, which I led DC operations at Mafoluku, specifically Branco, the clusters of polling units. They had issues and we went in there, we were able to stabilize the situation and rescue the INEC officials. You see them there safely, at least they are safe, which is our priority first and foremost, to protect their lives and make sure that they do not come in harm's way. So they've been protected and then brought into safety. I can confirm that several arrests have been made. Yes, at this moment, it's still fluid, it's still an ongoing process, so I cannot conclusively say this is the total number of polling units or violence that we recorded. But at the end of the day, naturally, we do a post-election evaluation and come up with specifics on this.
the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Idowu Omonwa, speaking there about what he described as isolated cases of violence and admitting that several arrests have been made, but the official figures are not yet available. Now, please watch this. A viewer sent this video in from the Ekpa area of Lagos, I believe. This video is coming from. I'm hoping that we can see that video on the screen in just a moment.
You watch this video first. Okay, without version one.
The police. This video is from the Lagos, the Ekpa area of Lagos, which a viewer just sent to us.
Obedience.
I don't actually confirm completely what it says or what it's being alleged. Is calling for the attention of the police.
You don't be voting for a year. Nobody forces you on here. No household. If I see you vote another, I will call you. If I see you vote another party, you will enter my house. Nobody will come on here.
Obedience na go hear what today. We dey with you now. Okay, I know I know allow your mic, your phone. I know I allow.
If indeed that proves to be true, I'm sure you could hear the viewers of the person who's talking about nobody being able to be allowed to vote in a particular direction or the other.
Dude, open your mic, please. Open your mic. I know they see. Open your mic.
Police in particular, the security.
Oh, I don't baptize everywhere.
INEC officials are there. We saw them in.
My goodness. I don't baptize everywhere.
We were wondering why that would even security.
We don't win now.
I don't baptize everywhere. Layers of security there. Such an individual making that claim.
We don't win now.
Taken up immediately by the security authority.
Okay, let's go to our own video. What everybody saw say. Obedience, we don't defeat you now. Now, my brace of video to speak to now. We are there to mock obedience. Yeah. If we get any evidence, so now go win this election. Man, show us. So obedience, now you declare for this election. Now I say, now I'm gonna watch this video first. Okay.
Up till now, INEC officials have not come to the polling unit in Kado Estate.
This one we are saying you are just making noise.
Live camp.
Oh, we live camp. Where? Where live camp? What is hey? Where did you guys come from? Me, I've been.
Now, Luna, they get the problem. Oh, Luna. Now I'm gonna move to. This Abuja, they say we have been to over many polling units. We know they see our name. Well, let's say the shout. More than not do election. No, this one you poor for grave. More than not do election. More than not do election. Say no to this presidential election. Demand for referendum. This Ojoro no fit for referendum. When I say no. Now I'm move on to Enugu first. When I say again for Enugu.
Can you imagine? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? They are not letting anybody vote. Enugu Sports Club 3. Everybody's here with their voter's card.
Now get mad. Now use PVC. Take commode people from power. Political party we don't build all their energy. Don't activate themselves. Now want use PVC. Now we never carry tools. No carry minari. No carry anything. Now want use PVC. Take commode people from power. Don't be juju be down. Now use PVC. Take commode them from power. Who does that? Ask yourself that question. Who does that? How will you use PVC take commode this kind of people from power? The only way to take commode from power is a referendum. Now they want to tell us say no matter the Hausa man be, no matter the Fulani man be, he must be given chance to rule. He said no matter the Fulani man be, he must give it chance to rule. Now they cannot see PVC. The other one for there they say if you know, you just imagine vote will be says to be secret something. Buhari vote you they show the words. I vote Jagabando. That I will forgive her for that. Because I be the president of the first state. If they show say vote Jagaban. Now the people consider a designated polling unit for Lagos. Say they want vote. They tell them simple. If you no vote APC, move ahead. What did that signify to now? Exactly what they sing the cause is there. She be that they show to her face now. They say if you don't vote APC, move ahead. More leave that one aside. Una call they call police. Now, more than in Anambra again now. So one of them do plus and minus now. In Enugu State, maybe not no government. The fear of no government is the beginning of wisdom for INEC. People were able to line. Normal they do this one so. Anybody that did the line, suppose get rights to vote. That credit get right to vote. But those INEC people, they just this was I made by preaching. They no need to na vote. They just want make una just gather. Don't you gather crowd? Oh boy, we do election. Now what did they do? That is why we they sing for and say no validate these people. They don't need you. Nah. They just someone that you use this date to gather on her. Nah. After they gather and finish, they call one. Now what you don't understand? Now you come out Obi kere Obi. After the marriage, now one sing again. Nah. After the marriage, now one sing. They don't need una. They don't even need an voter's card. Una never hear Jagaban articulated the type of say go and get your voter's card. No, they know they do. They know what they want. They know what they are doing. They don't need this date. Bless you get one sit at all, no report. Mosian, we saw for Abi.
Eastern Primary School in Nemp. Eastern Primary School in Nemp. Another polling unit. Can see. Just take a look. Nobody. No fly. No nothing.
Nah. Who is more wiser now? Simon Ekpa Obidients or the Peter? Who is more wiser? Who is more wiser? Who is more wiser now? Now so much more with the guy. I'm waiting for my champagne. And then we'll see. Bro, the Obidients don't use the app for my champagne through. Your boss, what, I greet you, brother. I will see us. I will see you coming. I greet you, my people. Yeah, I greet all of them. I beg. I do it. You know, understand me? So, who is more wiser now? Now go video yourself for Anambra State. People are coming now. People are voting. Now go. Then people no go vote. People go vote, but the voting will not be the way it's supposed to be. And they're already panicking in the land. That is why you go see 1 million per 1 million army, they go for Anambra State. They go for Biafra. But when you talk to other states, a whole police unit, they say some people who call no police, nothing. Just imagine police unit, they say if you not be obedience, if you not be APC, you no go fit vote. Now they find police to go arrest who? Now if you are an obedience, if you don't do your vote, please come and talk to us. Come and tell us how you are feeling today. Because I know a lot of you will be regretting the video I don't make a couple of months. Like one of these lady now will make this video that day. When we go their platform, she no people defend what she talk. She was ashamed of herself. Even the way they talk video, a lot of people they like so. We no feel repeat what they don't talk. But we're here to keep the date. We're here to remind them of how this Obidient make them look stupid. And today is the day now. Charlie boy where they shout, serious vote. More listen to this woman.
I don't know where we're going to. We have to be aggressive. We have to be aggressive if we want to take Nigeria back from this charlatan, seriously speaking. And like I've been saying, I am an advocate of not enabling our people back home with money. Not enabling our people back home with money. Apart from them showing them your PVC, people can collect PVC and sit at home or just play football on election day. They will not go and vote just because they want to collect money. But please, my people, those of you in diaspora, stop sending money. Don't send money to any of them until after February 25th. I keep saying it. Do you know why? Because you have to let your people know that if Nigeria is peppering them so much, they should make sure Peter Obi wins. If he doesn't win, it means that they've accepted to be peppered every day. So why are you spending your hard-earned money? The weather is freaking cold. Some of you wake up at 3 a.m., 5 a.m. to go and work. And there's somebody in Nigeria is shouting, say Baba or Agbado or whatever, Mikano, and then you will not send your hard-earned money. And they'll tell you, brother, the money is even small. And then, and some of them will not even vote.
And many of them are very ungrateful.
Yes, showing your PVC is not enough. Showing their PVC is not. Don't send any money for. Let this Christmas pepper them very well. Let it pepper. Let them become so broke and pained. In fact, let them not even pick your call until Peter Obi wins. So you have to tell them like that. Collecting PVC is not enough proof that they will vote for Labour Party. Tell them to go and mobilize. Tell them to go and make sure they should protect their vote. They should make sure Peter Obi wins. Tell them if the Nigeria pepper them rich, they will want a change. If Nigeria pepper Nigerians rich, they will want it. They will fight for that change.
People always say make Nigeria pepper dairy, make dairy. They go polling units now. They not see where vote. They never see their name. Eh? Okay, Oga Sonny, please talk to us. Sonny, Oga Sonny, you know they talk to us.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, they hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Go on.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Go on, sir.
Hello?
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Maybe now you know they hear me.
Yeah.
I mute myself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, sir. I can hear you. I didn't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, me they hear you.
You can hear?
Yes,
Okay.
go on, yes. Yes.
What I want? I'm hearing you very well. What I want to contribute now. So what I want to contribute now is that I think Ohaneze Ndigbo, they know how they know how to do just to portray Samuel Ekpa. I want to know what they are going to do just for all these things that is happening right now.
You know they hear you again, oh, please. Like your network, eh? You say you there for GH now. I've been at the zoo, you did. You know, they say they want for straight network. That's why most of audio platform for over the stream say their network no declare because more than see what they do with so me again man see that they all think is suffer. Not be suffer. So we are there to expose them small. We know. Waiting me not be say Obi will be fully disgraced. Yes, now. Obi will be disgraced, and everybody today they will know the difference Mate, you got one photo where you see what I want straight to now. You got one photo where you see my bring to speed. Where is this one? I say people they do with PVC now. People no see I use PVC tables, so go say they do their PVC. Then they use PVC, they cover pepper soup, cover beer. That be GG be this one. this situation of Grana. Everybody use their PVC. Since you want vote, you know say INEC polling unit vote. INEC run for no government. They not be they not be wait. People they use their PVC they drink beer. Nigeria. Hello now. We want you guys, but I never listen. Well, me get one video with the trainer was shoot to now. You get one polling, they say this thing no day. And I know say MC Olu more when me talk about many months ago. Say they no go allow. You know, believe say I let allow. Things they people know understand wetin dey happen. When I hear cool temper, I dey come. I go give you an update. When I see wetin dey happen, those who dey test is there. When I wait get one video one bring una notice now. Things dey happen. I don't want to call the carry on they go this China television you talk. I just want to give una the raw things where they happen. Here is Simon Ekpa. What did they find Simon Ekpa for? You never spell the name correct self. Who be yourself? Now what start? Simon Ekpa day. I say wait till Tinubu Peter Obi one Chris so that Yusuf. Simon Ekpa will be live today. Will be live by 7 p.m. So it will be live. It's strong, man. Simon Ekpa will be live by 7 p.m. So more than no worry. Those way they find her. If you define her, if they come by 7 p.m. you will see her. For State of the Nation broadcast. So I just giving her this video now. Very video. I don't know all this. We don't see them. We see they say things like this go happen. That's why every day they shout, say no to 2023 presidential election. Say no, say no, say no. People don't want to hear me. Now, I think all they happen now. You cannot reverse the hand of time because it's already late. Some villager for Bayelsa they protest. Send me the video. As a promise, send me the video put the protest for Bayelsa. Protest. Why did they protest for? Okay, blind the video because I'm not playing at this video. Mr. Judo, I don't know why you know if you allow your device to or man make video for how you want to enter. I know you know if you allow your device. If you not allow your camera like this, I know if it bring you in. This time will be live soon. Okay. You know, I'm not sure, but I don't know. It can be live anytime if you like. As a promise, send me the video for Facebook where you see some villagers they protest. They protest some villagers for Bayelsa. They protest. Send me the video. Any video you have, let me open my WhatsApp here. Even though you are obedient, send me your video. I go analyze the video too. You don't have a behalf line for happen. You believe people you vote. But for them all look this video. Send me your video. I go analyze that to you. Not be we not the they do with you. We do at the show. Send me your video. Because me, I want escort to reach the Obi Fee. I since I know your word. I want to escort to reach where Obi Fee. I want to watch this video together.
As you repeat them again, any people where them born very well, where them born here, where are they here? Where them born here, make it come for
For front of police, For front of police, now they talk this word. I don't understand you now.
As you repeat them again, any people where them born very well, where them born here, yeah, they here, where them born here, make it comfortable.
That is MC Oluomo. Now they tell people say, but if they born you way, now they chase voters so. MC Oluomo na be down so. Say any boy the boy make us try and make us vote Obi now. Come vote and make you collect. Listen to it again.
As you repeat them again, any people where them born very well, where them born here, yeah, they here, where them born here, make it comfortable.
So videos still there, but a lot of video basketballs on non-government everything day. I say Nigeria election 2020 gunshot rock Bayelsa, deputy governor's ward, 2 injured. The voting process was disrupted at the GSS polling unit in Ofino, the hometown of the Bayelsa State Deputy Governor Lawrence Aridoko, in the Shagam Soda Sambuma local government area, following pandemonium. Not be like say potentially day for Bayelsa. Right, the man I say, but 2 people gone don't injure them. And so you go die through way. I don't understand. So man, just bring the video of the things we saw for Bayelsa. So man, I just take them easy. Man, I take them easy. Okay, I don't get the video now of what is saw for Bayelsa. So let's go through it because we're going to give a live report. Bayelsa protests. Who be this way again? Peter Obi. British on the talk. Okay, BBC. Let me just see your face for the last time. After today, I believe see your film. Don't go. More just look. But this thing, that's a few hours ago. Okay, BBC. Nigeria election 2020, they like playing for democratized Lagos. People only for Lagos State. The protest, okay. Let me just show you guys one protest that are going on. A lot of things is up. Everywhere don't basket. This one are the protests they have for Lagos.
So why are you not voting? Why? So what have they told you people so far? How long have you been here? All right. Hello, ma, what have you seen on ground so far? You want to? Talk to me. Last year, the same thing they did. this general election, it has been obvious. I don't know why now people are still waiting for them to go and bring big bags. Now there's no big bags. Now, and this is the one place. We've been sorry around the whole place. The same thing. This is not everybody come outside.
All right. The situation here be say the people don't gather since morning, say they won't come vote, and then plenty were. But the story what they give me now be say since they come out, they never see INEC officials nor the materials. Say the INEC officials were being show face carry the wrong materials come here and disappear again. Say then they come back since morning, and this is almost 1 o'clock, and yet they never come back again since that time. Now I make these people here they protest, say they must vote, and I must give them the way to come and vote, must give them the material so that they fit come vote. Then plenty, I go around, make I show you the number of people where they around, and they are so angry protesting that they want to vote. But yet I've not seen any INEC official around this location.
No election here.
Stop that nonsense. Stop that nonsense. I will write to you. I know where the
Now, before we proceed with this video of this protest, why is it that it's only Labour Party always they cry? See this with Ibele. Why is that it's only Labour Party that always they cry? We won't vote, we won't vote. For your own country again. They're not the INEC just come. They just need to they never understand what it because the shots is them. They just need to assemble now. Decide to do election, then at the end, do their selection, give who they want give. You think about go to the campaign, the rally, oh, be kere. No. That is why we see a referendum better pass election, because referendum you have your right, but election in Nigeria you don't have right. INEC are working for the INEC are partisans. Yes, now INEC are partisans. As I say, INEC get political party where they belongs to. They are no longer independent. No electoral, but they are no longer. That's why they get party where they belong to. So that is why we start saying, no, this election not good. This election not good. Just imagine they don't need to assemble now. At the end, I'm going to hear result just now. And they don't need this one stupid vote. They don't do it down overnight. But they don't need to assemble now. Use camera face now. Make the all the show so. Make the word for this say people gather. That is why they do show of force for Biafra land. I don't send that for also. Okay. That's why they do show of force for Biafra land. They no don't want to say make una what to consign them. And ask me what to consign them with una vote. They no need una vote. They don't need make una assemble, make una gather. You know how many million people they say intercept which day for it. Then about the final about the import come the country. More continue. More look to their ranting. Because now they rant now. Before there's no assignment up and now they call the rant now. Some people there as they drink champagne, me there they drink champagne.
So this is the number of people down here. Over here, they are all waiting for the election officials to arrive, but since morning they never still come, and they are all complaining. Many of them are seated. So, bro, talk to me. Tell me, what is the situation you've noticed so far?
Yes. They brought wrong beavers here. Yeah. I mean, the one they brought here was not working. They said it's not for it's 56, that is not working, that it's for another unit. Now, they said they don't take it back. They brought another one back. The one they brought back again, they said they're going to reprogram it for 54. Now they have gone. They are not back yet.
How long have you been here?
They have been here since 8 a.m. Check the time. Now it's after 12.
Let me move in.
And then you can look at it.
Oh, check another one again.
Okay. Just tell me the situation here.
Go check another one again. Many. Their frustration is already showing.
What's the situation? Tell me your name first.
It's not the fault, it's not the rocket science. It's what the program put into operation. Why are they telling us this?
Why Nigeria believe in bibbing English is not a rocket science. And the English know they help us. It's not a rocket science. It's not a... Why do we always believe in bibbing English? Why do we always believe in bibbing English? I know where the rulers know they speak the English. It's not the rocket science. It's not the mokondoko science. What did they worry on ourselves? I never see wise. What in they happen? No one wise. Bibbing English. We're going to another one where they happen just a few minutes ago now. So protests, yeah, but they're not people. But they already assembled them. You on that video see show. Videos they.
And there's nobody who even give us how long we will wait. We don't know if the election will wait.
Where are they going now? Let's have a talk.
Has this kind of situation happened around here before in the past elections?
I never remember that. Never happened. I've always voted here, and this is my first time of staying this long.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Excuse me, ma, would you want to talk to me on camera? Okay.
Madam, you said, can you talk?
I want to take permission first. It's fine. Who's willing to talk?
They don't want to talk.
You can talk. Yes, it's your right.
Now you're right to talk.
We are angry. We are angry.
Why are you angry is the question.
Give you not too loud. My brother. Maybe they shy. They don't defeat you now home and away. We are angry. Now but to the shy. There's one video I was about to play. Now see from BBC now. Okay. Where's the video sent to me now? How do I access this video? Oh, but I don't mute myself so. It's like game on this I was supposed to show for you. Nigeria. Una know the year word. Una the year word. This calamity where they happen, say no go happen. Nah, this calamity no fit happen. Where some group of people you're day one place. Who is there? Oh, but see this photo, I go dread now. Afraid no allow people to talk. Why they go talk? When they dey for country, we be say this thing, the freedom of speech no dey. When I see some kind of photo where they show us for years, so no be juju be this one for Nigeria again. Baby, I read obedient shame on you. See photos. The obedient now say shame never let they talk. How they want to talk? They are be disgrace now. What be this one? What is this, my people? This is not the election we turn I'm not going to. Is it for Igbo Kusu near the Lekki area of Lagos? Hoodlums scatter voting process and destroy ballot box plus ballot paper. Sonny Ujoku, we don't land the area to vote, tell the BBC say one group of boys be arrived the venue holding bottles and machetes. Them also chase people away. They steal the INEC official phones and take the 3 ballot box. Now election don scatter, e clean. The BBC see torn printed ballot papers and broken polling booths for ground. All ground the unit. All ground the unit. And some of people wey dey there don vote get minor injury and bruises. Now this information just come 11 minutes ago. And do you guys remember say before this election commence, they signed a lot of peace accord. Nigeria election wey dey for polling location, they do accreditation. Okay, Mosi. Una go hear word for this today. Today, una go hear word. Waiting for signal. Waiting God do signal. ABC that they win everywhere. ABC is taking over. Obi kereke Obi. ABC. ABC. Void. Hey. ABC.
Time to count after sorting a time to count for the presidential election.
PDP 1. ZLP 1.
ZLP, where Labour Party now?
Labour Party 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, Google, don't finish.
Labour Party 7.
Hey! Hey, wait. It's not too bad now. Labour Party 7 votes. Which I don't die. Worry. Labour Party 7 votes.
5.
I don't die. When I pity Labour Party now, which guy will I be this one? I not like now. You too much now. No, nah. Labour Party say we too small now. What a pity for them now. APC. My brother full screaming at the same way. Where this boy nice won't follow me contest. Ma call you for video call. Ma call you for normal call. Me. When I pity Labour Party, I like kind of thing. It's not good now. You don't do. You don't do. You don't do now. You don't do. You don't so big with the crying. I don't do. You don't do. But I don't do. Okay, fine. Where are you now? Hello? You know we can't live again. Go talk to us. Say we won't follow me, but I be know the bet again. You don't wrong. Huh? You are there live now. You still bet. I be you don't wrong. I don't know.
Okay, that's not the final counting of the presidential election for Lagos State for polling unit 003 for Enu Owa Idumota as of Lagos, where they don't count the House of Assembly, the Senate, and then they also count that of the president for there. As it be now, they don't finish counting here. We won't move to other locations where we will continue to the show on a live updates just as it happened live and direct. We notice heavy police presence across the street, about 3 or 4 police trucks around. They won't confirm what they happened there today. From this now to other parts of Nigeria, where we would also be given a live updates as to what's in the shell all over the country. So, as we don't give an accounting for at least one polling unit for Lagos, we also give an accounting from other polling units around Nigeria, not just Lagos State, to show how things they work around this whole election where they happen today. Today, now the election of the president and that of the National Assembly, now they do today. My name is Gift Andrew, and I don't day round this election for Lagos, and now we'll hand on over to other parts of the country as counting done they begin for most polling units as election don't finish. On a word don't say on a join us live and direct.
All right. 7 plus 1 plus 0 plus. Now the villa, who they do at the show? Obi will return and say Obi kering cannot get ready go. Una no 1 year. Now it don't show for now. We get more videos, so we come. Okay. The guy won't bet before it don't run. Where's the one bet? You not run, you not bet again. You don't bet for wait. You know what it is up. Now we don't know the two. They don't say Obi not get ready. Go now follow the argue. You get one protest will happen. Why just want to watch first? Okay, live. Okay, it's on a 40 something minutes again. It's on area for we did live. Now this one's up now. Where the one they sent to me just now. Third Milan Bridge. Okay, let's see this one for 20 minutes ago. Now see giving us some video update. Now your place on giving us some videos. Now you give me some time. I give you the video so it is up. We'll watch this one together. Most of it is up here.
Abuja Municipal.
I mean, I want to say we plan on this video with the show for you. We're not plan anyone. No one was planned.
Sort out the votes. Election observers, they ground, they monitor. I said that they sorted the votes of the different political parties. So as it be now for this place where I did for the Abuja Municipal Area Council, election don't end for most of the polling units where they for this place. Opposite me, another polling unit they there. And they conclude voting as well. Now sorting of the votes now then they do for this place.
65. 66. 67. No. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. No. 76. 77.
But people are not here as then they call the numbers and then they sort out the votes for different political parties. This not to show and say election will finish for some of the polling units for Abuja Municipal Area Council, the center of the Nigeria capital. Now sorting of votes they go on, observers day, security personnel day, and the voters done that for their polling unit. And then they use their mouths, they count the numbers as for this live video. As they happen for this place, so they happen for the opposite polling units too, for this area. They sort out their votes. The different political parties number of votes each party gets for each polling unit. That was full here. That was full here. Some of the people will vote still to make sure say they use their eye as in they sort the vote for different political parties. So for here, we say nobody will go, everybody can die here.
We saw the people in the support.
See
Now,
the
the support have been a pillar.
process with their political eye. They will dig here,
So now,
then
I support have not
they will dig here till they can finish. And so it will be for this place. As I tell Anna before, na Meitama, Ghana, 3rd Junction polling unit for Abuja Municipal Area Council. This is now one of the center places for Abuja, the Nigeria capital. As I tell Anna, election don't finish, and on the sort, on the
me no dey support any political party. Hear me so. So if you want bet the money, I want send the money for your account. Now if you want bet, I will bet. The vote is the city counter. I know they support anybody. Now Bria family they support. But they tell you say Peter be no go win. So one will not concern me. Jomafu, as France say talk. Jomafu one win. So if you want bet, no go let me transfer money. You know call bet. If you know say one bet, my bet and now we just stay live now. Since no fit join the live video, we dey live now. If you want better, more better. I know you support any political party, except for room for all of them. So if you want bet, you the bet, you continue on. No, just tell me yes or no. I'm gonna focus on my live video. Sorry guys, more than obvious now. Now one of obedience guy where they follow me the chalice is then saying go bet with me for live video. So they try to join us live, enough it. So now they distract me one kind. So now they say Obi go win. So at last Obi no go see 3rd position. So now they argue for. So more going to the issue with the sub. If they ask me they support, me no support political party now. I don't know why this video is really loud though. My y'all giving one video with the sub. Because anything you know you loud, you know they sweet me for you. This is not loud. I know run at the year. I've been at the year from there. Because no laugh on my ear here. Okay, that's not the year now. Okay, I've been want to remove them before, but it's not the year now. More just let her run through. May not be see the see with the. Right, leave about now. Got the shot. No, not me. It's not too loud. Not from their side, me they talk. Because I want to remove the video, put that video, but still, not me, my own, they okay, not be now from their side they talk. But that's not the year then. I want to remove and put that video before. I want to check this side. And I already have been talk. As soon as I know the year, as soon as the year now. They can't vote. Why they call me I know the year say. Meanwhile, as they go, you get one unit for Abuja. They say only 5.9 votes. But before we go to that, I'm going to play one video. BC will get for you. I'm going to play one video for that. I'm going to see what's in the happen. One video, yes. Get one video to play. No, but na acting. Na wrong video. That's not the video I get. Not being. Oh, na wrong video I go upload. Sorry, guys. This one I acting with the edges born. So I come and put the video.
As repeat them again, any people where them born very well, where them born here, yeah, they here, where them born here, make it comfortable.
Election involve auto clash. Many fights though they happen. Before they might bring some video to speed to now wait. Meanwhile, if you see get information or you want to speak with us, you can say bring your information to speed with the game. I put where the link. If you see I think that video I put video that too much safe. So I will make my put the main video. Before they must enjoy this one.
What to vote on? Be voting.
Love video. Okay, you get one video where they throw it now. I got the report. They say you are muted. How come? So get one video they trend. They say, but for Abuja, one polling unit, only 5 people now come there go vote. Only 5. I was like, how come? IT happen.
All right, you are welcome. You are welcome to Punch NG updates on the Nigerian election 2023. We are here in an estate, Bloomsvine Estate, Unit 120, 120. Well, unlike the complaint we receive in other areas that eligible voters are waiting, but no INEC officials in sight, we had another dramatic event here. The INEC officials have arrived since morning, but apparently when we got here, there was no sign of voter, not even the usual queue we see around. And so far we understand about 13 persons have been here this morning, but only 5 have voted so far. 5 persons in the whole of Apo. This is Apo area. So we are going to speak to one of the INEC officials on ground to actually talk about that.
My name is Swose Berichi. I'm the presiding officer of this polling unit. Though we have 13 voters, but 5 has been accredited out of the 13. And we are still waiting for other voters to come to vote.
What are the major challenges we have so far?
Well, we don't have any challenges. Because we are still waiting for the voters to come, and we hope that they will come.
How long have you been on ground now?
Like 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours now. So that's it.
And you have attended to
5 voters.
5 voters so far. Okay.
Those voted, what about the issue of network?
There is no issue. It was successful. Both the thumbprint and the facial recognition was successful.
So you have no problem with the beavers?
Yes, no problem with the beavers.
Okay. And aside from your INEC officials, we have party agents? Yeah.
The country, nowhere. A lot of places, people they cry. Protests everywhere. Say they not bring this thing for them. Now people they turn and say like this, so the day where Nigeria election where they okay polling it. My show on one video. I know say this country can never be okay and it will never be okay. Okay, vote don't end. Vote don't end for many places. Okay, another protest again. Okay, now most see this protest for here. People they cry say they not see INEC they vote. People say they this kind place. Show okay, you never see a guy. Show they do things. Show they on those things. Now that's shown this money before. Show they on those states. Show they say do things for on those states. Now more just imagine this the country will do. People they protest. Why some people they test it?
And the police officers they come address the people them. They try to address the people them. So
now this is for those who don't understand this video at the place. So this is Yenegua for Bayelsa State. According to the report, whether a protest they happen for the protest, say election material never reached their hand, even though time already passed 2:30. They not reach their hand. Now that they protest for make police Nigeria to move. Most Nigerians, you they protest, make police allow you, make they say you want vote. More you watch the video.
we must vote. We want to vote. We must vote. We must vote. Yes, sir. I say, Oga for police, they try to talk to them so that they fit calm the situation down. Oga for police, they try to talk to them, make them calm the situation down. So we believe say he go address the matter wey take land. We believe say he go address the way it be. All of them don't calm down. You can see I say they sit down. They sit down. So before something will happen, they watch. In case you just join us, we dey live for Swale, for INEC office, for Swale Road. Na BBC News Fiji, and they bring on this live video. So in case you just join us, and so we see her for here. The INEC officials, they need to address them now with the police people.
I had to go one moment. Well, it was.
For me, I'm coming. Ogo, are you there? Record now? Okay. It to be. My shot. Ship back.
Just a few. There are few. We have the list. And all the problems will be sorted out and elections conducted and concluded today. We are not postponing anything till tomorrow. We are not postponing anything till tomorrow. We are not deferring it.
What exactly is the reason for this delay, sir?
Yes. Yes. Talk now. Yes.
Some of our men were
link now. The rec is speaking now.
Some of our materials were stolen. A whole lot, a myriad of problems.
All right, thank you.
So some of the materials were stolen, and they have security agencies. What are they doing to retrieve them?
I don't know. But everything is now okay. Some few small problems. Like in South Africa, it's only one word, and in Brass, I think it's word 2. I've called the EOs. They are on top. So everything is normal. Everything will be okay.
The stolen materials will it affect the election?
No, they'll be retrieved.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, now the INEC pull us talk like this, and it don't assure bias and say nothing, do anything way they go on, say everything go do okay. So most of the year.
The TSS came and they started shooting. This is my leg. This is I jumped a bullet. This is a bullet. Somebody gave order for them to shoot at us. I want to check put a bunch of bullet put my leg and let them
Man, drink out for the bottle direct. Maybe I go sweet pass. Yeah, you must vote. We must vote. We must vote. We must vote. Police, we must vote. Yes, so we must vote. We must vote. Yes, yes, yes.
I don't believe it. So now, so we see him for INEC like this.
No, we must vote.
See waiting INEC go do. Since they don't promise say the matter they go handle the matter well. So we believe say this matter they go handle and well. In case we just sign us, this thing at BBC. And we're going to give an update. Saturday go. And sure say everything will do okay. So we're going to bring an update. And now we from this side. There's Swale, live for Swale, for INEC office, for Yenegua, Bayelsa State. Thank you. When I went on though.
We must vote. 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 Even if I see vote too, I get card. I don't get voter's card. We must vote. Get my card. We must vote. I get card. I need to see vote too. Get my voter's card. Not get voter's card. Oh, why not get voter's card now? So we get voter's card. Me want see vote too. We must vote. We must vote. Even me, I go still vote. We must vote. We must vote. Get my card. We must vote. We must vote. We must vote. We must vote. Mad people all over the internet space. I not get card. Oh, I suppose get card now. Why I not gonna get card? I not register for INEC. I bet they not send my card. Okay. We must vote. We must vote. We must vote. We must vote. Obi. This time, no dolly. We must vote. We must vote. We must vote. Obi. We must vote. We must vote. No be big again. Now we must vote. We must vote. Mad people all over the internet space. Imagine you, your own franchise. I be franchise. That English is strong for me. Now franchise, I be franchise. Your own franchise. I be fried rice. I don't know. Your own franchise. Now you see the peg. Police can go face you for your own franchise. Your own franchise. Police carry gun face you. They pity you now. Now who is winning now? Samuel by lead you now 100%. And now after this election, I say fini. People can't vote, do everything. More just get one video where me be say I want show tonight before I go show a wrong video. More you watch that video first. Now go vote too. And now even me go vote. See my own too. I go still vote. I'm not voters commission. Let me say they be. I must vote. I go vote from here too. I'm gonna see this video.
At this place, this man said it is only House of Reps ballot paper that is here. The presidential ballot paper is not here. Look at it. Which is very, very wrong. He said the presidential is not here. That in other words, they will only do House of Reps. People are very angry. This is Maryland Secondary School. People are angry. Look at it. No presidential election. No presidential election. No presidential.
Oh my goodness. If I just see the rate for Europe before they vote, they finish, we know they know. No noise. Be like cemetery ground. The next thing, not to call results. It don't finish. Only Nigerians. Now this kind of thing for the happen. And upon all, I would take the sink. I know how many cause obedience want kill me. If I just talk, I tell you, I'm not there against after Obi. Now these things, me, they see. We no say go happen. Me they say, but no need to support Obi. More demand for referendum. They don't let me hear what. They want kill me say less. So you know where you be illiterate, you be this, you be that. Who be this way?
Very unhappy, sad person right now.
Say don't be to how many polling. So they say how they call some results, say some parties they do the. So I would like some just to check some of all this platform there. They will see brings mostly down with the talk with the credible. So we'll bring some now you bring some things to speed. Because by now, normal more they don't call result. But as I told you, so some people never ever cast one vote. When I see the OTC, the day line, the OT they display the OT they give now the update. Because if we go to some states, I see only 5 people. 9 votes. People did there. Now, many states, they say not see polling units. They not see their presidential district. They not see for there. And other units again, they tell you say you must vote APC. And other units again, they already calling results. So the thing is, you get waited day. We'll just check some station. We'll see whether they get any info apart from what we get, but we'll still come back.
Which is that there's a correlation participation of candidates from particular areas and the voter turnout of citizens from those particular areas. One of those, of course, who is participating and who many would describe as the seeming difference between this and the previous elections that we have had is the candidate from the southeast, who is Peter Obi of the Labour Party. Of course, we can now mention all those names since he has since voted. And perhaps it will be interesting to know what he said about the process, about his voting experience and all of that. So let's hear from him.
Well, the process so far, as I observe it, is okay. You know, I thank NEC, and I wish the same thing all over Nigeria, because I can't assess it from my own position here. But judging from that, I give them my kudos and say thank you. We want free, fair, and credible election. I came there like you saw, queued up like every other voter, waited a while. I was about 20 something when I started. Within a short time, I was able to vote. No. I have not stepped down for any candidate. And I will not. In this election, if there's anybody people will step down for, it's me. Because somebody just said, okay, I'm facing two formidable opponents. And I said, the only source of their being formidable is that they were part of those who brought us to this junction. And this junction is not a place where you claim reference for, because it failed. So the only person who is formidable in this election is me, because I'm coming with new ideas. I'm coming with a proven track record of performance. I'm coming with what they can call a clean record and offering a new beginning. The outcome can only be determined by God. Whatever God says, accept it. It is God that makes it possible for everybody. It's God who listens in people who are suffering. Because Nigerians have suffered enough. And I believe God will hear their cry. Well, what I want them is to make sure that they stand by, that will help. This will happen. As long as it works as seamless as it is here, I believe they will be able to meet up within the specified time. And if they don't, they can extend it for a few minutes. That's my appeal. I'm not authorizing them, because I'm not to do that.
The Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, there talking about his impressions of the voting process, not just where he voted, but elsewhere. And we're receiving reports. Again, this one is from Surulere. It's like, for one, there's some targeting of Surulere. This is another eyewitness video from someone who claims there was a cutting away of electoral materials at polling E3OB. That's EC3OB in the Surulere area of Lagos. We must emphasize that this video is yet to be verified. It's from an eyewitness who claims that electoral materials were cutted away at polling unit EC3OB in Surulere area.
From and there's been an incident here. We understand eyewitness here tell us, especially the people living here, that some young men came in a fire, got shot to a fire, and everybody's camped safety. While that happened, they picked up the ballot boxes, picked up electoral materials, and burnt them. And you can see the ashes of the papers. Electoral papers and registers, and you can see they had these ones. It tells you that this was an active ward because you can see names on the wall. But what that means is that as far as this ward is concerned, EC330A
I don't know how INEC is going to deal with the issues of those who have voted, whose votes will not count as a result of the ballot box being taken and burnt. This is the situation, and there's another one over there. As you can see, there's another polling unit which is just less than 50 meters away from it. Just less than 50 meters away from it, you can see another ballot, another activity going on here in terms of arson. I mean, this is clearly an arson. This is materials that have been burnt and shredded, you can see. And that's the situation we have coming from. And you see this is an INEC signed documentation with an INEC officer's signature. It shows you that this was an active paper for today. And some guys have come here to set federal government's property, disenfranchising people, and making sure that all that the government have been campaigning in terms of activities against such acts have been perpetrated. And it is the hope that the INEC chairman, the head of the security unit, will take this very seriously and bring these people. It's not difficult to know who these guys are, and bring them to book and make sure that those who have been denied the right to vote can have some level of respite. From the Branco end of Mafuluku by Jai area, this is Olu Phillips for Channels Television News.
Happening live right now at the Palonu Road. The truck just came with face mask and hooded mask, and they shot sporadically and cut away with the ballot box and the beavers machine. You can see right here now. Look at everybody. They came all the way from this side. Then a Korope bus and shot periodically to the air. And everybody ran away and they took away the ballot. You can see the observers. Look at them. You can see the observers. Right, I just witnessed this myself. Right now. Look at, yeah, how are you guys? This is front of
Audio security, I don't call it, go southeast.
Look at, you can see, this is happening live, right here. As you can see, that's it. That's it's Fru. This is happening on Akirele Road right now. Look at, this is it. There are observers. This is international observers. You can see the presiding officer is being judged. Look at, you can see this is unbelievable. This is real. It's happening real. They're struggling. But we are grateful that there is nobody.
I witnessed.
All right, then I witnessed videos
Where is P Square?
We're told that's Akirele Falulu Road in Lyric. We must emphasize that these are
do not see the again. Those are they promote the thing to us. Go another station. Go AIT. I bet you with their name. P Square, thank you for that question. Maybe your play this video, I go find P Square for now. Good Lebele Jonas, I don't want to pray, but I go find P Square. I need to find them. They need to go tell us. Not be lying. I talk you to where is P Square. You need to find them.
So seriously, it's correct because from far came here and they said, tell them that their polling unit is still far. So many people are going.
They have changed the polling unit, so we don't know now what we are going to do. And follow the line, and if you reach there, they say that okay, now your spelling has been passed here. You will go back to another places. There is no any transportation that will go there. And people are just suffering, and then I don't know what I want to say about that issues myself.
Nigerians say they are looking forward to a peaceful and credible election and hope that the outcome will be acceptable. Chukwuebuka Wodu, the ITV's Yola.
Delta State Governor and Vice Presidential Candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Ifeanyi Okowa, has reported dissatisfaction with the conduct of the election by the Independent National Election State. Okowa expressed dissatisfaction after his vote within his own home. He had no people in the government area of the state. The vice presidential candidate of the PDP also commended President Muhammad Buhari for ensuring that the election process has so far been peaceful. River State Governor Nyesom expressed disappointment over the failure of the INEC BVAS machine to function at his polling unit of Beirut arrived polling unit 749 in Ekpa on Saturday morning could not be accredited or vote as the BVAS machine was to work. After about 7 minutes, the governor and his wife were arguing for a return. The situation kept the River State government disappointed in the INEC operation.
You can see the failure. I'm disappointed. We are all told that INEC had expressed confidence that they are ready for the election, that the levers are working. You can see the crowd here. I don't believe that most people will be allowed to vote with the slow working of the levers. You can have still over 25 minutes there, and yet I couldn't vote, and I was told to go and come back. For that, and they would have rectified the levers. So I'm highly disappointed.
2 hours later, and after several failed attempts to get the BVAS machines working, the electoral officials returned them to the INEC office for replacement. And we stay in River State, where the PDP chairman Desmond Akawa says the ongoing presidential, senatorial, and National Assembly elections across the 23 local government areas have been peaceful. Akawa said this after casting his vote at his polling unit in Oigbo local government area, gave kudos to INEC, but also complained of the BVAS machine's delay.
I can tell you, as the state party chairman of PDP, I've been following all the procedures from the central bank. I think it was very seamless that most of our agents and that of agents of other parties witnessed the departure of materials from the central bank. It was done in a very seamless manner, rancor-free, and I can tell you as of today, I'm in touch with most of our agents in Degema. I've called Degema this morning. I've called Bonnie. I've called Andoni. I've spoken to our agents in Ikwere and Opopo. And all the same, it's all one news everywhere. First, the news of harmless. And so far, materials are already getting to the various polling units. They have started casting their votes, just like what I've just done now. I believe that we are in for a new dawn in the state, and I believe our people are conscious of the political dispensation we have found ourselves, and things are going on very well. And I believe we'll continue like this. I want to, for me, sincerely raise kudos to INEC for the arrangement made so far. But the only thing is that you have noticed, just like when I was casting my votes, there's a bit of time spending on because of the new technology. So you have to go through the process and ensure that things are.
The Nigerian capital, where 20 hoodlums have invaded one of the highly populated polling centers in Gwagwada area of the federal capital territory. The swift intervention of heavily armed security personnel from Nigeria Council to restore normalcy and confidence among intending voters at the Madam Mercy Polling Center, Gwagwalada.
Some youth ran into the polling center and started the process ongoing. This man is a talented voter.
Yeah, I mute myself. Mad people all over the place. Some of y'all look some Peter Abido come outside. Say nobody they support her. It's every Nigerian black say they support her. They support themselves. I was like, this man, you know matter. Not be they pray for they bear for support system. Why you call it the switch your word now and so? So you don't change the topic. You say nobody is supporter. Anybody Nigeria is supporter. Nigeria they support himself. More listen to and talk. Because now fame don't they fade their way so. Eh nah.
They're not supporting them. Nobody's supporting them. Those who are supporting them, they're supporting themselves. I'm supporting myself. They want a better Nigeria. So when you take it that you're supporting me, you're thinking it's me. I'm equally feeling the burden. Shall support. Not for free. People are placing their hope on you. So you have to be praying to God every day. God, give me the grace to serve and faithful. Because it's a trust. Like somebody, I used to be.
Hey, sorry. Now the error. So again, another video I just almost did where they say disappointed on INEC. Who put this video? One moment. The video I just almost see. Maybe just see some of the videos where they happen. Exit. Okay. One moment. Stop sharing. Okay. This video, we'll just listen to this video. Now result we dey wait for. We no gree see the result again. Huh. I mean they won't tell us now tomorrow, they won't call result. I say before 4 p.m. today. He said result will be announced. But they're not call result again.
INEC will be transferred. To the extent that everything is in preparation for this election made visible to the public so that people know the election materials that were prepared for Saturday elections were kept till the last minute, a few days to the elections, and only this morning, by mere chance, we were able to discover that this unacceptable error was committed by INEC, omitting the name, the logo of the Labour Party, the major player in the Saturday elections. Omitting the logo of the party from the ballot paper is not a small error. It's not something that anyone can just overlook. It's a deliberate attempt that INEC must own up to and they must quickly correct. Otherwise, these elections can never be regarded as being transparent, being free, being fair, being credible. Because a lot of, majority of Nigerians, majority of Lagosians will be disenfranchised from, exercising their civic rights on Saturday. This is why we call on INEC to quickly do the needful. Either they are going to do the correction, put the Labour Party on the ballot paper, or shift the election. But the important thing is that all our Labour Party candidates
Sorry, bro. I never even know. Another time I check up, I never know say sound no dick. As I'm giving us some video, get some video where they happen now. Where some people don't cry come. So I get the video now. My uncle share it off and I'm play the video. Now play the video of some this thing they happen of attack.
All right, then the vote at the AGIA Award in Yola, the Adamawa State capital. The significance of that award, of course, being that that was where our correspondent Empress Simon reported from earlier on, and that was where one of the candidates, the presidential candidates for this election, in fact, cast his vote earlier on in the course of the day. At this situation, let's of course come back here because we had said that we will take up our guests and some things.
Indeed, I want to talk to Dr. Oluwatola on this issue, and this is hearing from the INEC chairman in his earlier briefing today, where he spoke about, only INEC accredited agents will be admitted to the collation center. We know that journalists had a problem even getting the right identification tags. Do you think that an access exactly? Do you think that will pose a challenge, Doctor?
I think that it certainly was a challenge, but there was a lot of movement. The situation we see on the ground, however, we have observers on the ground that are journalists that were able to get the accreditation to go at least to see what's going on the field. But again, at the collation point, I think that's a bit of a challenge where transparency may be a small issue. But I think so far we haven't heard anything on the field that that definitively says that that's been a major factor just yet. And just to add something to the point that Kole Lawal was making earlier about technology and where Nigerian magic tends to happen. I think that the INEC results viewing portal, perhaps is the real game changer here, where as the results are being collated, insofar as the media is being able to, just like we saw earlier, your report able to see to film in real time how the votes were being collated and counted, and hopefully the media being able to also then track how that is being imputed into the IREV is going to be another critical process, and obviously the observers and the agents as well is going to be a critical point in the process. Once it's keyed in, I don't see a very strong way of manipulation. I don't see a strong potential of manipulation happening again, because it's essentially live. It's not like in the past where someone had to transport the results literally from the polling units to the local government areas, and then to physically using NURTW and the others to the places where the collation centers where they are being collated in the end. I think the benefit of technology this time around is that this can happen a little bit more real time, that allows more transparency, and hopefully the media as well as observers can catch it as it's been uploaded from the polling units. So that should help a lot. I just wanted to comment a little bit on what we saw just now, the images we saw just now from Adamawa State. It's interesting. Atiku won that state with 51%. Atiku won. Millicent, are you saying something?
No, please go on. Please go on.
Do go ahead, Doctor.
Okay, so I was going to say that I would comment on what the images we just saw from Adamawa State, and it's interesting. Atiku won that state with 51% in 2019. Turnout from that state has been consistent in the 40% range. So we expect turnout to be big. Of the 1.9 million voters there, we expect turnout to be big, given that the point that my colleague made earlier, that the states that have a ruling the ballot tend to have big numbers. So we expect the numbers there to be big, and we can expect that will probably take that state again, but not without some contest this time around. So I just wanted to comment on those images that we saw that seem to be counting PDP votes.
It's a minute past 4:30. We're still expecting that briefing promised us by the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. Yes, indeed, the world. We will be going to that as soon as it begins. To you, Mr. Johnson, I mean, a little bit about the briefing by the commission's chairman. He talked about the logos of political parties on the ballot papers, but not on the results sheets. Do you think that that poses a problem? Throwing that to you
yes,
here,
actually. What do you make of the whole kerfuffle over the issue of logos? Because we have been here before, and when I was listening to that, I had a sense of deja vu about the whole process where, you know, elections went on well or results were announced, but because one logo was missing and that person went to court, the court would cancel the entire process and say, "Go and start again."
I remember 2019, and I think INEC took this decision because reminiscing on 2019, where there were 93 political parties, would have been heart attack, and you know, now we just have to deal with about 18 political parties, and I think since they're 18, it will be easier to just pull that off. Also, we might say it can be it's two-sided, so it might help us dodge the INEC the Supreme Court bullets, but it might leave a little space for maybe something we don't expect or we're yet to manage. Remember that we're trying this system of this electoral system for the time. That's the way we are operating it. So there will probably be a loophole somewhere. There always is, and Nigerian politicians are ingenious.
Yes, they're actually spending a great deal of effort and energy looking for those loopholes, actively looking for them. But that again introduces something which I referenced earlier, which had to do with the fact that every time we go through the process, we're supposed to be looking to improve it. The other side, I don't know how to adequately describe the other side now, is looking, as you are moving, trying to move the stage and the system forward. The other side is looking to ensure that you stay where you are, which is where they can manipulate, influence, and, you know, decide what they are.
There's a common adage, and it says, equip a bank with a safe, and the robbers will learn to unlock a safe. So the higher we lift our security, we must also understand that the criminals in the system will lift their operations a little bit higher. I'll tell you that they were still marking things in the register as we did in 1999. We won't have people so ingenious trying to break beavers or trying to alter.
Which was the question that I had. I wanted you to land with that point because I said we would come and ask that question earlier. It doesn't appear that these are random attacks because people are targeting beavers. Because as you have all explained in the course of this program and in the weeks to this, those beavers are now central. You can't change results anymore. You can't rewrite them because the beavers can be checked and the number of accredited voters, if it's less than what they submit at the collection center, then of course there's problem and so on. So if the beavers is taken away after the election, not during the process, but after, when, you know, but all the evidence of the number of accredited voters and so on goes with it. What's the provision? What do you know is our situation when we are confronted with that the election is concluded?
I think Dr. Oluwatola, Dr. Toby puts forward a very good point when he mentioned INEC's live portal, which, as these results are announced, will be placed on. So that's like a security check to what could occur purposely in front. And let's also remember that I think for the first time in Nigeria, I think we have so many massive situation rooms that these reports are going so live. Everything that goes on is happening almost simultaneously in seconds, like the situation we saw in in the happiest place in Lagos, which was is supposed to be Surulere, though the happiest place in Lagos turned to I don't know, the flashpoint in Nigeria as well as reports are coming in.
Yes, because just call it an area of interest.
Yes, an area of very special interest. But if you notice, these things are happening quite simultaneously. So I think because of the massive work done by the media, being done by CSOs, being done by INEC, and also the government to ensure this, to me, it's going to be quite tight to pull a fast one.
We talked about moving parts the other time. But you said there's an area of interest in Edo State?
Yes, indeed. We will be seeing the visuals
very shortly. I think the allegations of burning of ballot boxes also in Edo State. I don't know if we have those visuals at this point.
I guess we'll bring it back as soon as we do.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, even I can recognize. There we go.
On the floor,
on the floor, scattered. This is disruption to the process.
Still burning, as we can see.
Yeah, we can see some fire. Is there something we listen to?
I mean, I got and put fire in the ballot paper, as you can see, because they already know that Obi is winning. Look at it, every police voting this thing, you are seeing it, Obi, everywhere, Obi. So they just came and saying they burn fire everywhere. They shot in the air. This is live at Uwelu Primary School. I mean, I got and put fire in the ballot.
There is, of course, the need to always emphasize that these are eyewitness videos, and so a lot of what you hear requires verification and reconfirmation. But the report is that some of the electoral materials in that area of Edo State have, in fact, been seized and burnt. Of course, these are all things that one expects that the press briefing, the media interaction that we're expecting from the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, any moment from now, from the ICC in Abuja, hopefully will address some of these points. But it does, I don't know if we have our guests in Abuja back. I can see them on my monitor here. So, Mr. Johnson and Dr. Oluwatola, quite a bit has happened in the couple of minutes that we lost you there. Again, a lot of moving parts. But it seems as if the question I asked Mr. Lawal here about what happens when people seize beavers at the end of election results. And then, of course, we still have the fact that not everything is digital. Even when you have posted everything you've posted, there is still the aspect of the election results collation and delivery that is manual, so which it still leaves a lot of room for possible shenanigans. What are your views on that? Let me start with you, Dr. Oluwatola.
So absolutely, Nigeria is a really big country. Let me start by saying that conducting elections in Nigeria, it's 7 million people. It's akin to, that's a lot more than all the other 14 West African countries combined. So we can expect that there will be incidents in places, in parts of the country. And the police, Inspector General of Police said 400,000 people, security personnel were deployed. That's about a little over 2.5 security personnel per polling unit, and they won't all be in each polling unit. They will have to go to flashpoints. So one can expect that isolated incidents will happen. So Nigerians shouldn't get too dispirited by these events happening, and which is why the media and eyewitnesses are important. And to your question, Ayo, I think that it's this beaver snatching is really, I think it really has just one goal in the end, which is to prevent people from voting. I doubt that it will have a significant impact on the results and the collation. It really just disenfranchises the people who cannot then go through the accreditation process that lets them vote. And again, this is a trick that is as old as the book itself. But what we just have to tell Nigerians is that this is a big country. Whereas that's happening in some isolated parts of the country, there are also lots of the parts of the country where voting is going peacefully and voting is happening well. So people shouldn't get too agitated by that. And one more thing I want to mention on this point is around fact checking. There's a Nigerian fact checker coalition that is fact checking a lot of claims. This morning, there was a claim that some ballot papers didn't have all the logos of the parties. And whereas that claim was definitely true, some of the circulated were from 2015. So this is just another indication that Nigerians ought to be vigilant, pay attention to what fact checkers are saying, because not every case that we see on the field will be true.
You know, let me ask you, Mr. Johnson. We've talked about, reported a lot of unrest here and there, ballot snatching. I never thought we'd still get here with BVAS and BVAS snatching itself and all. And the question I'd like to ask you is, we also talked about the fact that security officials were supposed to be everywhere. I thought that in a good enough system, the security officials would have picked up intel that such things would happen. Is it a concern for you that we didn't pick up that intel? We just knew it would happen. We just didn't know exactly where and when.
You know, a lot of times it is always very easy to sit on this side of the divide and criticize and cast aspersion on agencies of government. But I do understand the fact that quite a lot of work, they put a whole lot into this process, regardless of what you plus intel. Take for example, you saw the speaker of the House of Reps. He was, giving his view about the militarization or about the presence of the military guys in some places in Lagos. And I was, telling my friend here that you do not respond to issues, you respond to them based on necessity. Now, they must have picked up intel about the area. Perhaps that was why they had to deploy, those military guys to those areas. But regardless of what they might have picked up, I repeat that in this case, see, political science, it's not the same, as a pure science, because the specimens are things that you can control, but you can't control man in its entirety. Man is the specimen here, and they are subject to change. So whatever intel they picked up was, okay, ceteris paribus, all being equal. In this case, we did not even envisage the kind of things we are seeing in Lagos. We thought, no, because, of course, you wouldn't be thinking of Lagos with this kind of, event. So unfortunately, they might have picked up, or they must have picked up and responded accordingly. But you have things cropping up, from time to time. But that is why we should also question if the police said they sent out over 400,000, right? Am I right with that figure? And you have 176,600 polling units where these elections, are supposed, exactly. Are we saying that we have two per polling unit, and you put more in some, in some area that are flashpoint? Are we saying that the Civil Defense Corps, are not also there to complement? Are we saying that other security, agencies are not in these places to ensure that we do not have this kind of event on election day like this, especially in urban areas? But I think that at times, if you have, I have been on the field, I have been an observer, so I understand the fact that you have some, some, I don't want to, be so straightforward, but you have political parties when they are planning. Politicians are always looking for ways to circumvent the process. So when they are planning for strategies to circumvent, they take into consideration the fact that you have, security agents, and they also cook their food, with their with what they are preparing so that they do not stop them from doing what they want to do. There are cases in the past, in those days where regardless of what you do in the polling units, the results, may be different. In those days where it's come for the ballot papers and they take them away, and there's nothing you can do. There are cases where the security agencies will look the other way while these guys will just perpetrate whatever they choose to do in those areas. So right now, we may want to investigate after this election, not just the outcome of the election, but many of these indices, the roles of the security agency, the roles of the INEC officials themselves in this process. And again, the roles of political parties and the fact that we must put in place deterrent. See, there is an approach brought by a scholar at the time where he said that if people do not receive equal and opposite reaction to an action, you are only enforcing that action. You are only emboldening them to take more of those steps. So I think we should start, making examples of people in these cases that are caught with trying to circumvent the process. So
most certainly,
security guys must have picked up this intel, but there is no way they can pick up what is in the heart of man that he is here to. That he is here to plan.
That is well understood, Mr. Johnson. Probably it's valid. The thing. This is not a criticism; it's just an observation. From what I know of the objectives of the police, the functions of the Nigeria police, the primary function is to prevent crime, not fight it. So if that is what the law says, and the elections already made it clear that, look, we know that these things are going to happen in some states, and it's only fair to assume or expect that such things, should be prevented. But let me ask you, Mr. Lawal, so here we are now, and it is one of those things that should be reviewed, right? Following the whole process and all. So if we thought, this is what, 2 hours and 2.5 hours after voting, and we're at 12 minutes to 5, the INEC chairman to address us. But what are some of the lessons that we should be taking? But before we do, let's take I understand that Linda, our colleague at the ICC, the National Coalition Center venue, is waiting for us. Linda, how far so far? Linda, can you hear me? Oh, jolly. So we've been waiting for the INEC chairman to address us. It's about 11 minutes before 5 now. Said it was going at 4:30. How far so far?
Hello, sir. We are still here at the National Coalition Center, and we're waiting. The INEC chairman has just entered into this hall where he's supposed to brief journalists. We're all here, intermittent briefing as the day goes by on what has been happening. Earlier, we saw him talk about the issue, the problem of voting starting late in some places across the country. This was because of logistics.
Well, hopefully we'll get back to Linda shortly. As she is just reported, the INEC chairman has just returned to the venue, and hopefully as soon as he's ready to address us, we'll take him. Right.
Indeed. There was a question you were about putting across to Mr. Lawal before we had that breaking interlude. But I wanted to follow through on 1 or 2 points. And the first, of course, is that we are now at the stage of collation and all that. And I want an answer to the question about the because I know that you mentioned the fact that we are no longer dependent on NURTW for the movement of results and so on. But the truth is that as part of this process, those results having been put on all the various portals and so on, the law still provides that there has to be a manual movement of those results to where Linda is in Abuja, where we can see on our screen for the declaration of results. I understand that. INEC chairman is back, and perhaps
the briefing has started.
Yeah, the briefing has started. Maybe we should go on.
I have also seen my colleagues from different parts of Africa. So permit me to recognize Mr. Saka Lafia, Chairman of the Electoral Commission of Benin Republic. Thank you, Mr. Lafia. Thank you very much. We also have Mr. Aliu Momar Njai, Chairman, Electoral Commission of the Gambia. We have our own sister, Mrs. Jean Mensah, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana. And then another sister, Davideta Lansana Brown, Chairperson, Electoral Commission of Liberia. Another sister of ours from Southern Africa, Mrs. Elsie Ngikembua, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Namibia. We have Barrister Issa Kasuna, Chairman, Electoral Commission of Niger Republic. We have Justice Jacobs Mwambakele, Chairman, Electoral Commission of Tanzania. And then my good friend, Mohamed Kone, Chairman, Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone. And there are other officials of other electoral commissions. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the second briefing of the day. Our intention at this briefing is essentially to give you an update. Some questions were asked in the morning. We said we'll provide update. The first one is the attack in Goza. Goza is in Borno State. And I want to report that the military has confirmed that it was an 81 millimeter mortar attack on 2 facilities, including a filling station near INEC office, but no damage to INEC facilities and no casualties. Some people were injured and they're in hospital. We wish them a speedy recovery, but no destruction of INEC facilities and no disruption of the electoral process. So that is the update on Goza. Unfortunately, we continue to lose some of the bimodal voter accreditation system devices. I reported in the morning the loss of devices in Delta and in Savannah local government area of Katsina State. But unfortunately, we also lost 3 Beavers machines in Ayamelum in Anambra State. But we have recovered from all these losses because we have contingency arrangement to respond to any such attack. There were issues arising from the commencement of the process in Abia, in Imo, and in Kebbi, among other places. I'm happy to say that the process is right now ongoing in Abia. The polling units will remain open well beyond the appointed hour until the last person on the queue before 2:30 votes. In Imo, the process is ongoing except a few RAs or PUs marred by insecurity and thuggery spread across 7 local government areas. and the situation in Kebbi State is stable. Voting is going on mainly in Burning Kebbi, but earlier it affected Burning Kebbi and a part of Agung, but mainly in Kebbi, but voting is ongoing. But we have a situation in Bayelsa State, particularly in the capital, Yenagoa, where in 4 wards, wards 4, 6, 8, and 14, involving 141 polling units, the process was disrupted. We mobilized security. The situation is calm for us to proceed with the process, but the youth corps members express some apprehension of going back. So we met with the security agencies and we have decided that voting in these 141 polling units where the materials are actually intact will take place tomorrow morning. Remember, we're not only doing presidential election, but we're also in senatorial and federal constituencies. So it's good as much as possible to recover and conduct the elections so that we can conclude the processes. So the youth corps members who are going to serve as presiding officers and other categories of ad hoc staff are agreeable to the election holding in tomorrow. In Lagos, we have been closely following the situation in Okota, Mofoluku, Oshodi, and Egushi. We have been able to normalize the situation in a number of places, including Ikate, where voting is ongoing. So we'll keep our eyes on the processes in the other areas that I have mentioned. Polling units in a large number of areas closed, and sorting and counting of ballot papers have commenced. Between the last briefing and this one, we have taken a proactive step by meeting with the Inspector General of Police, the National Security Advisor, and the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. The idea is to strengthen security as we move to the next stage of the process, which is the collation of results in locations where voting have been concluded at the polling units. I would also like to say that in Edo State, we had a situation that we handled yesterday. One of the parties whose acronym is on the result sheets, but the logo is not on the ballot paper, in a federal constituency. After meeting with the stakeholders, the decision was taken, since the materials are intact, to countermand the election. So we have suspended the election for Esan North, Esan South, and Igweben. The ballot papers will be reprinted, and the election will now hold along with the state constituency elections on the 11th of March. That is in the next 2 weeks. We are determined that no Nigerian should and would be disenfranchised. So we have been responding to some of the situations as they arise, and we are going to do so overnight. There may be no purpose to brief Nigerians again between now and tomorrow, but if need be, we'll make an announcement and do a briefing before we then open the collection center tomorrow. So this is the update on the situation nationally. But as I said, observers, the media, and all others are also keeping their eyes on the processes, and would like to hear from you what you have seen, what more we need to do. In my earlier briefing, I said that the technology actually optimally performed, generally speaking. We're really happy nationwide. This is the first deployment in national election, and the technology has given a good account of itself. Yes, we have lost ballot boxes here and there, but it appears that the target of surgery is now the bimodal vote system, the beavers. But we will continue to protect the process and will continue to proceed courageously to ensure that we conclude this in a very free, fair, and credible manner. We are willing to listen to your comments and take suggestions and observations. But as I said, we are in the middle of the election. So we'll take a maximum of 3 interventions because we have to go back to the situation room and continue to monitor the situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, INEC. Please, if you want to ask any question, maybe make your observations or make any comment, kindly indicate. The mic will be brought to you.
Good evening, Chairman. My name is Harry Awurumibe. I report for Prompt News, online newspapers. Mine is, you mentioned when you were briefing us that beavers, from the information you have gathered across the nation, have performed optimally. But then the bad guys are targeting beavers. And knowing now, and you've met with the chiefs of security, now counting dead, and those beavers are going to be brought to racks. And the bad guys, especially in Lagos, and I'm from Imo State, Okigwe in particular, Olo also, target the beavers and hijack them. What are you doing about that?
Good evening, the chairman. Good evening, colleagues. I am Princess Ekpa of the Anambra Broadcasting Service. Sir, I want to know what will happen to the results that will emanate from Urokwe Primary School and Umwezilibu Hall or Zobolo, where the ad hoc workers did not come, but voters volunteered and started the work. So incidentally, in some places, they voted, they did the accreditation and waited for some hours before they started voting. So what will be the outcome of the result from that place? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chairman. My name is Ogopa and I report for Radio Nigeria. A colleague of mine that went to vote at Tungamaji FCT Health Center polling unit said that out of the 5 polling units, that thugs came and made away ballot boxes belonging to 007 and 014. Said that the people now mobilized and started beating them before the police came, dispersed the people, and later now went out again with the ballot boxes and the ad hoc staff. So for people that were supposed to vote at 007 and 014, voting ended for them. So she's now asking, will there be another opportunity for them to vote, or is that the end of the voting experience for them? Thank you.
Thank you. Please
Sorry, just follow up, sir.
Honorable Chairman to answer those questions, please.
Okay,
Please.
sorry, I crave your indulgence. I know that there are many, many people who have many, many good questions to ask and suggestions to make, but we are in the middle of an election. We have to go back to our situation room. That's why we have limited the interventions to 3. I'm sure there'll be another opportunity for us to respond, to hear from Nigerians. After all, in our situation room, we have the ICCC, the INEC Citizens Contact Center, and through our social media handles, you can still contact us live and direct, and we will be able to respond to the issues you have raised. And so many Nigerians have been responding and drawing our attention to situations to which we have in turn also been responding. So I crave your indulgence. I'll respond to these 3 quick interventions, and then we go back to our situation room. The first one is the security of the beavers, particularly now that we are going to the next stage. At the polling units, remember, after the ballot papers have been sorted out and counted, and the result sheets duly signed by the presiding officers and the agents of political parties, will snap the pic of that result sheet and upload on the IREV portal. So the question is, what happens? This is partly why I said in my opening statement that we met with the security chiefs, the Inspector General of Police, the National Security Advisor, and the Commandant General of the Security and Civil Defense. Yes, people are targeting the beavers, but remember also, planning for the election, we have made contingency arrangement. In none of these areas where the beavers was targeted was election not held as a result of the absence of the beavers. The highest number came, as I said, from Safana local government area of Katsina State. And as I said earlier in my first briefing, the police working with the commission have arrested the hoodlums and recovered 3 out of the 6 beavers, and the manhunt for the other people is ongoing. So we have taken sufficient measures to make sure that we protect the beavers' machines. Remember, we'll use the same machines in the next 2 weeks for the governorship and state assembly elections. So we're not joking with this situation at all. It's critical to the conduct of credible elections. Princess from the Anambra Broadcasting Service, results emanating from a primary school where voters volunteered to conduct the election. I know that the commission appreciates the work of volunteers. That's why we rely on ad hoc staff or temporary, but these are staff engaged with the commission, not staff who engage themselves on behalf of the commission as good Samaritans. So I'm not aware of the specific details of this situation you described in Anambra, but as soon as we go back to the situation room, I will place a call to our resident electoral commissioner in Anambra State. So we'll find a way of dealing with this situation. Finally, the issue of Tunga Maji, raised by our sister from Radio Nigeria, that thugs made away with some of the election materials before voting could be concluded. To resume voting in these locations again. So what we'll do immediately after this meeting is to call our resident electoral commissioner for the Federal Capital Territory and find exactly what the situation is. Surely, if there are still voters on the queue at Tungamaji, what I have described earlier will apply to that location as well. Anybody who had, who was on the queue before 2:30 will be allowed to vote, even if voting goes well beyond the official closing hours of the polling unit. So we'll find out as soon as we leave this place. So once again, I thank you and I thank Nigerians for their understanding and patience. We are making really very, very steady progress and will continue to ensure that nothing truncates our democracy or truncates the will of the Nigerian people. Our allegiance is to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and our commitment is to the Nigerian people. I thank you very much. But before we close, in case there is need to issue another statement again, we will at short notice inform the media because they are here. But as a matter of course, I would like to invite you at midday tomorrow for the official opening of the National Collation Center for the 2023 general elections. We hope later tomorrow, we expect to have some of the results of the election coming from the states, particularly for the presidential election. So the situation room, the collation center for the presidential election will be opened at midday tomorrow, Sunday, the 26th. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of INEC, we thank all of you for coming, especially the heads of electoral commissions of sister Africa countries. Thank you.
So it's not only Nigerians. Before we get to what the INEC chairman said, it's not only the Nigerians. We're talking about that, myself and my colleagues and our guests, that it's not only Nigerians who are interested in Nigeria's elections. As we've been told, Nigeria's elections are the equivalent of the elections of all the other 14 countries in West Africa put together. And if you go to other parts of Africa, it's probably more countries involved. But to speak to what the INEC chairman talked about, he did recognize the presence, he began by recognizing the presence of some of those other heads of electoral bodies who are attending this elections. He gave an update on the beavers, which has now become the subject of attack in many areas, saying that the commission had made contingency arrangements for many of those beavers and had in fact replaced the ones that had been stolen. He also notes that voting is going on in Imo and Abia, where they had been disrupted, including by those who took away the beavers earlier. The same is happening in Birnin Kebbi and Gungu in Kebbi State. He says that's the elections are now underway. In Kebbi State, the disruptions had affected more than 200 polling units, particularly in Birnin Kebbi, and that the elections will now hold in those particular units tomorrow. He also gave an update on some of what we had been reporting in some parts of Lagos, Oshodi and Ikate in particular, where he said that the situation had been brought under control, and that in the case of, I believe it is Ikate, that the elections have resumed in that, but that they're keeping a close eye on the other areas from where disruptions had been reported. The INEC chairman also spoke about meeting with the heads of security agencies, particularly the National Security Advisor and the Inspector General of Police, possibly to strengthen security and as the process is now moved into the collation counting and of course movement of the results stage. He talked about suspending the elections in Esa North, South and Igweben in Edo State, owing to the omission of a political party, particularly in those affected areas, and that the commission is strengthening security all around, and that it hopes that Nigerians will continue to cooperate with it as it takes on the onerous task of this election and ensuring that it is successfully concluded. The INEC chairman ended the briefing, of course, by inviting all to the opening, the formal opening of the collation center, which was where he was addressing us from, at noon tomorrow. That venue will be the collation center for the results of this election, particularly for the announcement of the results of the presidential election, but it will be formally opened tomorrow at noon. And he says any other briefings that will happen between now and then, there will be due notification for all. A summary of what the INEC chairman did talk about in the second briefing of today.
I'm not sure if you also mentioned Yenagua, because he talked about
Indeed, he did. He talked about Yenagua
disrupted and the NYSC ad hoc staff's fears.
Now expressing apprehension about going back in. I mean, if we take a look, I was asking Mr. Lawal a little bit earlier while we had the break about talking about those ad hoc staff, particularly the youth coppers who are posted to these onerous duties in areas where many of them have never been before. They're probably not familiar with the language or the topography and so on, and they have this all-important duty, and one expects that they will perform it to the very best of their ability. In the case of Bielsa, the INEC chairman himself admitting now that there's some level of apprehension on the part of those ad hoc staff about going back in, especially for elections that may now run through the course of the night. And I believe our guests had talked about this issue of the exercise going on through the night. But it's not only in the outlying areas. Let me come to you, before I come to you in Abuja, let me allow Mr. Law conclude. But I want you particularly to reference this issue of some of what is going on in the areas where we probably may not have even thought, the Togon Marsh area that was mentioned in Abuja, where the voter experience has also not been smooth. You know, are you saying? I mean, we've tended to highlight the fact that these are possibly isolated, especially considering the large number we're talking about. But they might be establishing some kind of pattern.
Yes, it's you will try to say if you're looking at this from a totally non-partisan approach.
Absolutely,
you're going to notice that these volatile areas, I think, kind of have something in common: poor political literacy, a push towards maybe a nepotic support for a candidate, or a religious support for a candidate, or one of those parameters. I'll be honest, looking at the grand scheme of things, with the way the concept of INEC was built, state electoral commissions, and this to answer your question even up to the NYSC, state electoral commissions, if they were not so infiltrated by the so-called people, they run under state governors, if they were not so infiltrated, state electoral commissions were actually restructured so as to enable to provide INEC the power to conduct these elections. This is where nobody is even looking at or thinking of. But because they've been a little, how would I put it, behind the person playing the fiddle, you can't entrust a national election to them. Look at the mess they make of local governments and local government elections, which are within their purview. So I think because of this, which is the big problem nobody's looking at, we've had to rely on NYSC staff, and then come down to see this kind of situations where, because if to say a state had a full control, or someone who was not just picked as a rec from somewhere else, you'd understand where would be a Lagosian who know where a flashpoint in Lagos would probably be. In Rivers State, someone from Rivers will know where a flashpoint would normally be. But because INEC is having to, and volunteerism is not quite a big thing in countries happening.
In that kind of situation, let me come to Abuja and ask, let me start with you, Dr. Oluwatola. This issue of where we are now, the electoral process has tended to, in the previous elections, close elections that we have had, in many areas have had to go beyond the regular hours where it's daytime, everybody can see what's happening, into